following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers. We are free. The High Limit Hell Tour rolls on tonight at the Davenport Speedway in Davenport, Iowa. It is the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. My name is Chase Rodman with Tony Laporta down in the infield. We are so excited to be here at Davenport. After 2 years ago, we were here. We were all set up. We ran one session of hot laps before the rain came down and washed everything away. We weren't able to get that race in, but we are glad to be back here at Davenport Speedway tonight. It is race number 17 of 2026 and the fourth race of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series in 2026. Here's a look at the forecast. As you can tell just by our drone, it is a beautiful day here. 80 degrees Fahrenheit right now, 2-mile-per-hour winds, and just a couple of clouds. And as you can see also from this drone shot, a lot of cars making their way into the grandstand, making their way into the parking lot as well. This will be the second ever 410 sprint car race to be held on the quarter mile here at the Davenport Speedway. If you are new to sprint car racing, this is your first time potentially, make sure to take a look at this race format here. Drivers have drawn in for their qualifying position. It was all randomized. They drew a pill out of a little spinning bucket, and so now they know where they're going to qualify at. After they're done qualifying, they'll go into one of 3 heat races. Each of those heat races 8 laps in distance, and the top 6 moving into the feature event. The rest of the drivers going to the B main. 2 drivers from each heat race will go to the dash. The rest of the transfers straight to the A main. And as I mentioned, if you are 7th on back in the heat race, this is where you will be relegated to the B main, the 12-lapper for top 6 drivers going to the back of the feature. And that A main tonight will be a $12,000 to win feature for 30 laps around the quarter mile here at the Davenport Speedway for the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. It's great to have a new sponsor with High Limit making its debut here tonight, Iowa Lottery. They'll be on with us at Shelby County Speedway here in just a few days' time as well. Here are some of the notable entries that you need to know about heading into this evening. Cole Meintzer makes his first High Limit start in 2 years tonight. Joel Myers Jr., who's been on a tear so far in 2026. Brady Bacon, he has been super fast with High Limit in his little appearances so far this year. Riley Goodnow making the trip over from Knoxville. Ayrton Jennison, he's going to be with us through this whole swing up through Minnesota and North Dakota along with Iowa. Reese Moran here in the 45X. Jamie Ball with a rare 410 start outside of Knoxville Raceway. JJ Hickle here in the DGRD number 6. The IRA point leader, Will Armitage, is here as well. And Austin McCarl, who won the IRA race that was held here back on May 8th in the field as well. Just a couple of the drivers that are outside of those full-time high rollers. Here are some of the track facts, what you need to know about Davenport. It was opened back in 1953, but up until 2020, they ran on the big track, which you can see from the drone shot here. That big track where some of the cars are firing off the top right of your screen. That is the track they used to run. And then around 2020, 2021 is when they ran this quarter mile. And the only ever 410 race that was held here before was earlier this year on May 8th with the IRA sprint cars, as I talked about earlier. Joel Myers Jr. currently holds that track record, a 12.452 second lap time. So odds are we could see a new track record here tonight, as that record only established about 2 months ago, and they have been pouring the water to her here tonight. A lot of laps on the tractor, making sure that the surface is in good shape for tonight's Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. Let's take a look at the nxtbets.com/playhlr odds. Tonight, the rod and wrist is going to be Tanner Thorson after what looked like he was on his way to maybe a 3rd victory of the year at the Butler Motor Speedway and had a mechanical problem midway through that race, and he pulled into the infield as the leader. Tonight, the odds makers aren't really liking Tanner Thorson here. He's been really slipping down after being in the 500 and the 400 range. Now he's at plus 1490. So you put $10 on Tanner Thorson and he wins. It's about $150 that'll pay out. Go to nxtbets.com/playhlr to find out more. Rico Abreu is the favorite tonight at plus 240. Kyle Larson at plus 337. Tyler Courtney, after a podium run, has jumped ahead. I don't know how Aaron Reitzel is behind those 3 guys in front of him. He has won 6 High Limit shows. But hey, if some of you are taking him at plus 567, you might be getting getting some good value there. Giovanni Selzy at plus 794. A couple longer shots down there. Brent Marks, fresh off his first podium of the year at plus 1,083, along with Justin Peck. And then there is the aforementioned Tanner Thorson at the bottom of that list there as well. Well, Tony Laporta cars are making their way around the racetrack here at Davenport Speedway. And it's one of those places where you show up, you look at it, and you say, this looks like a place that will put on one hell of a show.
Yes, I feel like that's exactly what you told me when you showed up here today, Chase. I remember it very well. You said it with conviction, you said it with passion, and you said it with pride. Where we are at right now in the program, Engine Heat and Track Pack, this is as far as we got 2 years ago. The last time Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing came to Davenport, Iowa, right after Engine Heat concluded, the skies opened up, precipitation began to precipitate, and the night was called off. I can't tell you how many fans have stopped me in the midway, back in the pit area, in the men's room, everywhere, to tell me how excited they are that High Limit is back. Only night number 2, like you talked about, of 410 Wing Sprint Car Racing here at Davenport. Even when people don't stop me to tell me, I've just walked by so many folks having conversations about, oh, we were here 2 years ago and it rained out. Tonight looks great. We're so excited. So this is honestly a really cool night to be back here with Iowa Lottery coming on board as well. Only the second night to have 410 wing cars run on this track. The first night it happened back on May the 8th, less than a month ago, you talked about. Austin McCarl came from deep in the pack to score the victory. I don't know anything about Davenport, so a little while ago back in the pit area, I talked to the winner of that race, Austin McCarl, for him to teach me a little bit about this bull ring.
He is Austin McCarl, and despite the fact he's wearing a Rockies hat, he is not a fan of the team. That's okay. I think they hate their fans because I'm one of them. You won here very recently with the IRA, but I think 13th to 1st?
Yes, sir.
So I've never been here before. I was here once, it rained. What is this place like? Tell us about Davenport.
It's fun. It's a beautiful facility. It's a great little racetrack they carved out in there. I mean, my dad raced here back in the day when it was a half mile, and it was nice back then even too. So, no, it's a great little facility, great area, easy to get to, and I'm really looking forward to it. We actually parked out back when I was here last time, so this is a lot nicer being on concrete today.
Yeah, being on pavement, you've got 2 410 feature wins to your credit this year, one at Knoxville, which is also in Iowa. We're in Davenport, also a part of Iowa. So, I mean, you're doing really well in Iowa. What do you expect to be able to do here tonight with High Limit in town?
Hopefully win. That would be ideal, right? Drew pretty well. Drew an 8, I think, going out early. Last time we were here, it was really, really dry, though. So, I don't know. Pill draw might not be as important tonight going up and looking at it. So, yeah, just do our best. Scotty and Johnny have been doing a great job all year, and I feel like we've had a lot of speed and been in contention for a few more wins, and maybe had some bad luck or just getting taken out in traffic and stupid stuff happening. But that's a part of racing, and just really thankful for Country Village Construction, Tucker Trucking, Ochiko West, and everybody that makes this deal possible. And I'm having a lot of fun right now, Tony. It's I don't know. I feel like I've got the best crew I've ever had, and I feel like we're gelling and clicking really well. And I'm genuinely excited to go to the racetrack every day.
You're in that beautiful burgundy number 88 Country Builders Ochiko West machine. What does that car need to do to be good at this small bull ring?
I think just me and Scotty keeping up with the racetrack, and obviously, like everyone, every cliche answer is getting qualified, right, and putting yourself in position. Hopefully you can be the quickest in your heat race and not have to win the heat race, and just survive that. And then it comes down to hopefully talking to you and getting on that roulette wheel and pulling a good number, a low number. So having some things fall your way, but luck is when opportunity. What was the saying when?
Preparation meets opportunity.
Thank you.
I didn't get the sponsor name right. He didn't get the saying right. It's okay.
Right. Hey, we're working well together. It's all right.
We're a good team.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Well, we're glad to have you here with High Limit, man. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
You know what was my favorite part of getting to talk to Austin McCarl, other than his super cool Colorado Rockies hat? It was right off the bat when I asked him, what's this place like? He said fun. That was like the first thing I heard come out of his mouth when he began to describe this place. I love wing sprint cars. I love any sprint cars on a short, tight bull ring, and that is what we have got here tonight in Davenport, Iowa. You know what else we have, Chase? Sunshine. Lots of it. No dark skies, no precipitation, no chance of not racing like what happened to us here 2 years ago. The track is full of horsepower. Makes me a little thirsty for horsepower hydration. We'll talk about that more later on. Engine Heat is wrapping up. Don't go anywhere, folks. FloRacing's live coverage of the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport, night number 4 of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series. Interstate Batteries High Limit will come back.
Thank you to our partner at Eclipse Claims, eclipsing insurance tactics and protecting your payout. They are an official partner in 2026 with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Are you looking to land a career in racing? Begin your education at the university that started it all. UNOH works with some of the nation's premier race teams and gives students the hands-on experience needed to launch their careers. Turn your passion into a career at unoh.edu. Lottery fans, come get your Lotto, Instaplay, and Scratch tickets at the Iowa Lottery tent today. They'll be on site from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. Enter to win tickets to Knoxville Raceway for later this summer, and any lottery purchase gets a spin on the prize wheel. Plus, make a $20 lottery purchase and get an exclusive High Limit Racing t-shirt. Let's take a look at the overall point standings after the last race at the Butler Motor Speedway on Saturday night, as Aaron Reitzel, with his 6th win of the year, is going to retake the lead over Rico Abreu, who finished just outside the top 10. He now has an 11-point advantage over Abreu, a 52-point lead over Giovanni Scelzi, 79 back to Thorson, who unfortunately had that mechanical problem while he was in the lead, and Tyler Courtney now into the top 5 at minus 118. Justin Peck gets by Kerry Madsen to move to 6th place. Madsen back to 7th, and then a tight battle back here for that 8th position. Brent Marks currently has it with just 10 points over Cy Lynch and 12 over the 18, make that the 13 of Tanner Holmes. Also want to mention this, as Giovanni Scelzi on Saturday night, his 17 race streak of top 5, make that top 10s with High Limit, came to an end with a 12th place run at the Butler Motor Speedway, and so unfortunately that streak is over right after he had just tied the record set by Brad Sweet. He was not able to break it though, so we were hoping to see a little bit of history made there. It just did not work out for Giovanni Scelzi. As you can see, cars are in that nicely paved pit area back there at the Davenport Speedway, 30 of them to be exact. You see the high rollers on the right side of the screen. We call that the money line. Every single race, all of the high rollers line up together in the pit area. Left side are the invaders, and you can see a lot of them getting themselves prepared. There was just some engine heat out there, a little bit of track packing as well, and so these teams getting themselves prepared for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, which is scheduled here in just a few minutes time. And it's given some people to make, the time to make their way into the grandstands here, as we could still see a lot of people making their way up the stairs and looking to find their seat to take in all of the action. As you can see right there, a lot of guys right there making their way up the stairs and trying to find their seat to catch all of the action that this quarter-mile bull ring is going to provide us here with tonight. And then after this, we take one day off, head up the road. We are on Fox Sports 1 Wednesday night at the Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee, Wisconsin. And then, as we mentioned, it's the Hell Tour. So we go racing 3, make that 4 days in a row there. Gondik Law Speedway in Superior, Wisconsin. Then at the I-94 Speedway in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. And June 6th, the Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota. Take 3 days off, come back for the Eagle Nationals at Eagle Raceway in Nebraska, and June 11th, Shelby County Speedway back here in Iowa, and that is going to be another Iowa Lottery sponsored event. Then we take 2 weeks off and we go to the Montana facility. It is the Big Sky Speedway for the Race Redeem Foundation. Race 2 nights there, Friday and Saturday. Fremont Speedway kicks off the Kings Royal Week, and then it's the Joker's Jackpot and Double Down Duels for High Limit at Eldora Speedway, and then our one and only stop at the Lernerville Speedway for the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup on July 21st, another edition of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series, which is a big series this year. 17, make that 16 races this year are a part of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series, which the last couple of years, it's been somewhere between 9 and 12 races, but this year we changed the rules when it comes to the midweek series. Now, as long as a race is in the middle of Monday through Thursday and is not part of a 2 or 3 day event, those events now are a part of that Roto-Rooter midweek series. So keep that in mind as the series trucks along here for the next couple of weeks. As it looks like our first couple of cars making their way towards the Speedway. We mentioned there are 30 in the field tonight. Half of them, however, are the high rollers. Let's meet them.
Aaron Reitzel, Clute, Texas.
Brenham Crouch, Lubbock, Texas.
Brent Marks, Myerstown, Pennsylvania.
Chase Randall, Waco, Texas.
Jason Persley, Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Danny Sams, Northport, Florida.
Giovanni Scelzi, Fresno, California.
Hank Davis, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Justin Peck, Monrovia, Indiana.
Kerry Metson, St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia.
Rico Abreu, St. Helena, California.
Cy Lynch, Apollo, Pennsylvania.
Tanner Holmes, Jacksonville, Oregon.
Tanner Thorson, Minden, Nevada.
Tyler Courtney, Indianapolis, Indiana.
And you know what's fun about having all 15 of those guys here and on this big swing, the High Limit Hell Tour, only 11, or only 4 of the drivers that you just saw on that graphic there have been to the Davenport Speedway before. So that means 11 of the full-time high rollers will make their debut here tonight at the Davenport Speedway. And that is going to be a theme that we see for the next 4 or so races. I-94, Gondik Law, when we go over to Dakota Speedway, as well as Shelby County. Many of the high rollers, a majority of them, I would say 80 or 90%, have never been to these tracks, and so they will have to learn things very, very quickly. And when they learn the most is probably going to be in hot laps here. That's probably the most time they get to kind of associate with the track before they get on there for competitive action in the heat race, the B main, the dash, and the feature. And so hot laps coming up here briefly. We see a couple of cars in the staging lane. Before we get to them, we want to get all 8 or so of them out there before we introduce them to you. As you can see, the big covered grandstand here on the left side of your screen, a fairgrounds track right here. There's no question about it. That is the telltale sign right there, having a ginormous covered grandstand. As Austin McCarl alluded to in that interview with Tony Laporta earlier on, this is a stellar facility. I mean, pavement all over the place. You see the t-shirt alley right there behind the main grandstand. That is all paved right there as well, and plenty of room for all those different t-shirt trailers to be making their way in. All the grandstands, they all have seat backs on them as well. Tony, this is a really, really nice facility they got here.
Yeah, it is. And Austin also, I talked about, I think you might have just mentioned it, the paved pit area. That's something that drivers and teams love. They have been working on this track for the last couple of days. I know they really, really want this place to look and race as well as possible. You were just looking at that drone shot a moment ago of this impressive facility. And there's lots of fun little nuances about coming to a fairgrounds track, such as the fact we've got the flagman on the inside of the front straightaway here. I feel like this might be the only place we go to all year. Check that out right there. That's your flagman on the inside of the front straightaway. And then that booth right below him that Brian Walker just stepped into, yes, that is timing and scoring here at Davenport. It's an open air facility. If Anthony Creaney ever got too hot or stuffy in the tower next to you, Chase, well, he doesn't have to worry about that at all here tonight because there's going to be plenty of a breeze flowing this way, that way, and every which way through where Creaney, I think Brian Walker with social media is going to do a little bit of work up there. But it's just one of the really cool parts of the series. We try and go to places that don't always get 410 wing national sprint car racing. So getting to come to a place like this, I already talked about it. I love bull rings. I love short tracks. This place, Davenport, it's going to be a pretty fun night. I love the venue.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty fun walking around this place and seeing what they've got. And we hope that things go well tonight. Maybe it'll turn into more as High Limit Racing makes its way through the next couple of years. Drivers with High Limit that have been here before in the past, Brenham Crouch, he's been here. Deason Percy's actually ran 2 races here in the past. Chase Randall also has ran here. And I guess Kerry Madsen actually does not count unless some people might think he does. He actually ran the big track here back in 2006. So Kerry Madsen, of course, he is probably the most experienced, the biggest veteran, I would say, when it comes to the High Limit Racing Tour. Kerry ran here back in 06 on the big track with the National Sprint League, NSL. Ended up 6th in that main event, but this will be the first time he's actually raced on the smaller track. And I know Tony Laporta was having some fun earlier on with our banner aficionado, Jake Ingram, was kind of giving him a hard time. And Tony had Jake convinced we were running turns 1 and 2 on the small track and turns 3 and 4 on the big track. Okay, that was a pretty good joke that I was not let in on, Tony, and so I unfortunately ruined it earlier.
Yeah, you did ruin it, but again, I'm used to it. I mean, it wasn't that big of a shock. I get it. I think that would be a really fun lap around this place, don't you think? As you're getting a look there at the exit of turn 2, that's series director Mike Hess doing the job that he does every single night, which is getting right down into the track and surveying it and making sure that it is suitable, more than suitable, perfect for drivers and teams here. But yeah, wouldn't you say running way out there around 3 and 4 on the big track and then having to come back and pinch it down on 1 and 2? I think that would be a really fun lap. If you wouldn't have ruined it for Jake, he'd be sitting here tonight getting ready to watch that experience, but instead he knows that it's the quarter mile we are running. I mean, It would have been fun, is all I'm saying, Chase.
He would have had all the banners up on the wall down there in 3 and 4 and everything, knowing Jake. He goes all out when it comes to our banners. The best in the business when it comes to that department.
Jake Ingram, he is a connoisseur of signage. He knows what a place needs before the place even knows what it needs. It's a really great night here in Davenport, Iowa. Drivers just talk about being excited to get to find out what this place is like for the first time after coming here 2 years ago. Talked about the track prep they've put into this place, already pretty top-notch with the last day or two, I think, is what we've heard. They've been here manicuring and getting Davenport ready. So I'm ready to get cars on track, and this grandstand I'm looking at here, the old covered grandstand, just continues to get more and more full. The t-shirt midway is slam-packed. It's a narrow little walkway back there. You've got all the team's t-shirt trailers crowded back in there. It lets fans get an up-close look where they don't have to go too very far, because you turn around and boom, there's 3 more t-shirt trailers right behind you. ShopHighLimitRacing.com. They are sponsoring the Roulette Redraw Wheel Spin once again tonight. I've got a new shirt that I will be rocking during the wheel spin, and it is a shirt you can pick up by scanning that QR code on your screen or on the big screen if you're here at Davenport. And I'm excited, Chase, for you to see the shirt I'm wearing and how I wear it, how I decided to style it tonight during the wheel spin. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on my fashion.
Yeah, you always have really, really good style, Tony. So, yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that later on in the program. We're going to step aside from the FloRacing broadcast and come back. Hot laps just around the corner for the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. And we've got cars on the racetrack for the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport for the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Let's take a look at the drivers as they appear on your screen. First driver there, rolling down the front straightaway now from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Number 24D, that is the Florida man, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. And from Knoxville, Iowa, driving the Quality Striping, Schilling Excavating, DDI Fabrication, Camden Signage, number 22, Riley Goodnow. Riley Goodnow in the 22. From Burlington, Wisconsin, the Waste Quip, Pink Roofing, Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes, number 10V of Matt Vanderveer. Matt Vanderveer in the 10V. From Waco, Texas, driving the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R. From Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And from Monrovia, Indiana, driving the Skagit Speedway, Race Street Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26, it's Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. From Burlington, Iowa, the Schaefer Construction, Denny Woodworth, Attorney at Law, Flex Suites on Naples, Maxim Trucking, number 15 Junior, Cole Meintzer. Cole Meintzer in the 15 Junior. And the only previous 410 sprint car winner here on the quarter mile from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Tucker Trucking, Moss Brothers Powder Coating, number 88, it's Austin McCarl. Austin McCarl in the number 88. Those are the drivers in the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. If you don't have your Dirt Draft lineup set yet, you need to get it in before the heat races. And if you don't know what Dirt Draft is, you can download the new app right now and get a $10 High Limit Racing gift card to use in the High Limit Racing merchandise website. Get yourself a hat or a t-shirt there with $10 off for new and reactivating subscribers. If you don't know what Dirt Draft is, you go on there. You can see on the left side of your screen there a little bit of a preview. Each driver has a different salary cap attached to them. You pick 5 of those drivers, but the catch is you have to stay under a $100,000 salary cap. And so you can pick some really good guys. You can pick some guys that, you know, who knows if they're going to run well or not. You put the lineup together, and then you go against hundreds of other teams across the country. And as you do that, you earn Speed Shop points, which can buy you all kinds of great stuff. Merchandise, FloRacing subscriptions, race tickets. It's a great deal. You got to download it. Dirt Draft in the Google Play and the Apple App Store as well. Green flag is waving. It's the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Track may be a little bit slippery out there, and that appears to be the case for a couple of the drivers out there. You see them slipping and sliding all over the place. They were doing some work to it right before they came onto the track. A little bit of a till job through the middle. Shouldn't take too long to come in, however. Riley Goodnow, currently the fastest driver at a 14.661. Tyler Courtney now goes to the top of the board at a 14.240. Austin McCarl right behind him at a 14.333. Getting a look at Danny Sams, who just picked up his best finish of the season so far on Saturday night at the Butler Motor Speedway. 8th place run there for the Florida man. And he is going to go to the top of the board. 13.682 for Danny Sams. And he's at the top by a lot. Over a half second on the rest of the field. Danny Sams, the best driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps so far. Looks like we are going to keep the cars out there for another session. But Tyler Courtney is in second, a 14.240. Cole Meintzer at a 14.270. Then Chase Randall fourth at a 14.287. And Austin McCarl fifth, a 14.333. Riley Goodnow, Justin Peck, and Matt Vanderveer, the 8 cars that are out there on the track in that order when it comes to their times. And so that does appear to be the case. We will let the drivers pack in the racing surface a little bit before we turn them loose for probably a green-white checkered session. Track record, we talked about at the top of the show, was set by Joel Myers Jr. Earlier this year, it is a 12. Let me double check here. A 12.452, so about a second off of the track record as it sits right now. And as these drivers roll around slowly with those big wide tires, it does help in work that moisture. And so with these times being as slow as they are, it kind of makes you think, hey, it's probably a little bit slippery out there, a little bit slimy or greasy, as the drivers say. You can kind of tell from this drone shot here, the bottom of the track looks a little shinier than the rest of the corner there. Might be a little bit slippery down there on the bottom right now, but as more and more cars come out there and work in that moisture, it'll come around and we'll see. I'm sure that we'll see 2 lanes of racing by the time the heat races come. As the green flag is set to come back out, Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1 is going to continue on. See if anybody can top that lap time by Danny Sams, or will we see a 12-second lap time? Chase Randall and Justin Peck both going over Sam's lap time. Now Sam's back to the top at a 13.179. Chase Randall at 13.367. Now Tyler Courtney gets close to the 12-second bracket at a 13.022. Little smoke showing out of the left side of the engine compartment there on the 10 via Matt Vanderveer's car. And the checkered is out, and we do see a 12-second lap time. It is by Justin Peck. A 12.899 goes to the top in hot laps. Tyler Courtney second at 13.022. Danny Sams in third at a 13.043. Chase Randall fourth, 13.093. And Austin McCarl in fifth at a 13.103. Tony Laporte, let's go down to you.
Chase, all I can think about after watching cars actually get to move around this place at speed, because, again, we never got this far. 2 years ago when High Limit Racing rolled through Davenport back in early summer of 2024, all I can think about is the race for the Rod End Supply Hard Charger Award later on tonight in the A main event. Yes, of course, everybody is here to win the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport, but somebody is going to have to be that Rod End Supply Hard Charger, meaning they're going to be buried. Maybe they don't have the heat race they're looking for. Maybe they didn't have the car set up for qualifying, and they're going to have to storm through the field to recover their night. Rod End Supply brings you that Hard Charger Award, and whoever earns that tonight is going to have to be pretty fancy out there with the moves they make.
Yeah, and of course, the most hard charger at the end of the year gets a certificate from Rod End Supply. We appreciate their support of the series as we roll into hot lap session number 2, and rolling onto the racetrack now from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, driving the Whistle Stop Maximal Oil Hobson family, number 21H. That is the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon in the 21H. And from Bozeman, Montana, driving the Rockin' R Restaurant, Showboat Suspension, ART Enterprises, Don Vanzuela's Auto Body, number 3, Cole Schroeder. Cole Schroeder in the number 3. From Waupun, Wisconsin, the Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Glewin & Sons Excavating, Dolmus Transport, AmRamp, number 99, Tyler Brabant. Tyler Brabant in the 99. And from Elk Grove, California, the All Ball Your Alternative, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. From Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17, GP, Race Redeem Foundation, Rookie of the Year contender, Hank Davis. Hank Davis in the 17 GP. From Santa Rosa, California, the Install Tech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes, number 19 Junior, Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. in the 19 Junior. From East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman and Arts, Phil Thompson Associates, number G5, it's Gage Polkerbeck. Gage Polkerbeck in the G5. From St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, it's the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Kerry Madsen in the 55. If you're just joining us on the FloRacing broadcast, talked about earlier, Kerry Madsen has been to Davenport before. However, it was on the big track outside of the quarter mile way back in 2006. So things may look a little bit different here for Kerry as he makes his way around. Hopefully he remembers to turn. Okay, let's remember to turn into turn 1. Remember to turn into turn 3. Don't go trying to run the half mile around the outside here as we are now green flag racing. Green flag is underway. I guess not really racing, but we're up to speed here in Dirt Draft practice session number 2 as we ride on there with Joel Myers Jr., who almost won that IRA race here back on May 8th. He was leading coming off of turn 4, got passed on the last lap by Austin McCarl. Getting a look there at Tyler Brabant, making his second high limit racing appearance of his career. Did not qualify for the feature 1 year ago at the Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee, Wisconsin. Kyle Larson goes to the top of the board at a 12.606. Brady Bacon at a 12.705. Gage Polkerbeck in that third spot on your screen there, a 12.790. Kerry Madsen fourth, a 12.817. So a lot of drivers making their way into the top 5. And so that, I believe, is going to do it for session number 2 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And it is Kyle Larson, the fastest driver, 12.606 seconds. Brady Bacon in second, a 12.705. Third, Gage Polkerbeck, a 12.790. Kerry Madsen fourth, a 12.817. And Hank Davis in fifth, a 12.822. Then it's Justin Peck, Joel Myers Jr., Tyler Courtney, Danny Sams, and Chase Randall, the top 10. Tony, I'm sure you've got your ears on, but boy, is it just good to see Gage Polkerbeck make it to Hot Laps here tonight. Boy, has it been a rough last couple of races for him.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, I feel like we didn't see him hit the track at all either the last 2 nights between Lawrenceburg and Butler up until, I think it was the B main at Butler. We actually saw him take the green flag and, do what he could to try to race his way into that feature. But, yeah, talked to the crew on the Polkerbeck's car, and they believed the problem, at least after Lawrenceburg, was a set of pinched electrical wires behind the mag box back by the driver compartment. Of course, the issues either were not that or they continued to, haunt those guys at Butler back on Saturday night. Regardless, they've got him solved. They're out on track. Polkerbeck, cool story. He's not a high roller technically, but he's been with us every stop of the tour so far through 16 or 17 races. Very cool to see Polkerbeck and that team continue to chop wood to be out here on the road.
Yep, absolutely. They are a great addition as we now roll into session number 3 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. There is a defending series champion on your screen now out of St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart Curb-Aginian Racing Car Quest, Sugar Apple, ArcZone.com, Pacific Boring. Number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the number 24. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, driving the J.B. Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Massey Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X, Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 45X. And from Athens, Illinois, the high-level XK Glow, CHE Precision, Smith Plumbing, MPV Logistics, number 7A, Will Armitage. Will Armitage in the 7A. The driver from Lubbock, Texas, behind the wheel of the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch, number 5, that is Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. And fresh off his best finish of the year so far from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Maps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And there is J.J. Hickle out of Quilcene, Washington, the DGRD, Ringen Earthworks, Smith Titanium Rod and Supply, Kaiser Wheels, number 6. Giovanni Salzi also on the track from Fresno, California, the Chili Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77. Rico Abreu now to the top of the board and 3/1000ths off of the track record. Actually, he's under the track record, excuse me. Abreu under the track record at a 12.250. Brent Marks, a 12.434. Both of those cars under the track record in this hot lap session. Getting a look at Will Armitage, IRA points leader at this point in time after about 5 races with that series. As the yellow lights blink on, And that is going to conclude session number 3 of Hot Laps, and Rico Abreu goes to the top. A 12.250 second lap time. Brent Marks, a 12.434. Giovanni Scelzi third, a 12.585. Then it's Kyle Larson and Brady Bacon from the previous sessions. They are in the top 5. Abreu and Marks right now, Tony, underneath of the track record.
Fans of Rico Abreu are going to want to stick around, whether they're here at the track in Davenport or if they're watching at home. Make sure you are tuned in for opening ceremonies. As I understand it, there will be a little bit of a special moment going on with Rico Abreu. So if you're a fan of that number 24 car, make sure you are tuned in for opening ceremonies later on this evening.
That is called foreshadowing from Tony Laporta as we now roll into our final practice session of the night. And a Racer Dean Foundation Rookie of the Year contender is going to make his way on the track first. Out of Jacksonville, Oregon, the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete, number 13 of Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes in the 13. Last year's Rookie of the Year from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb, Napa, Brumo's Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation, number 9, Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the number 9. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight out of Knoxville, Iowa, the Renz Motorsports, Pella Motors, Mike Kleck Paving, Bramble Roofing, number 4W, Jamie Ball. Jamie Ball in the 4W. From Gravois Mills, Missouri, in the Bernie Brand Hot Sauce, Hibden Gravel, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3, it's Ayrton Geniton. Ayrton Geniton in the 3G. From Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinus Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mav Motorsports, number 42. The driver is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maxima Racing Oils, Messina Dodge Transportation, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. And the most recent winner and the current series point leader out of Clute, Texas, and the Falcons Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Bryant Paver Motorsports, STC Monty Farms, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. Those are the drivers. This is the final Dirt Draft practice session of the night. Lap time to beat by Rico Abreu, 12.250 seconds. Brent Marks, Giovanni Scelzi, Kyle Larson, and Brady Bacon currently the top 5. Reese Moran, Will Armitage, Gage Polkerbeck, Kerry Madsen, and Hank Davis inside of that top 10. As there is a look at Thorson, who put out a pretty funny tweet yesterday. It was a little AI, of course. There was some AI in use there, but Tanner Thorson, him and Aaron Reitzel on a Twitter post, Tony. It looked like kind of like a movie poster, didn't it?
Yeah, the film was called Bad Boys. It came out probably back before you were born, Chase, but it was a really big hit. Very funny. Look it up. I think you'll enjoy it. It probably won't be as enjoyable to you as the Zohan movie is. I know that's your favorite ever. But yeah, Tanner Thorson having some fun. And then the best part about that was Aaron Reitzel shared it either. I don't know if it was on his Instagram, because I don't believe Aaron has a Twitter. It was cool to see Aaron share that. So I think Thorson and Reitzel are back to being BFFs. That's what I can report from down here.
Yeah, that's good to hear, Tony. And yes, the Zohan, if you've not watched that, You Don't Mess With the Zohan, great movie from Adam Sandler. If you like Borat, you're going to like the Zohan. One of his underrated films. As we now roll the green on the final practice session of the night. Dason Pursley with 2 midget two midget races here in the past at the quarter mile at Davenport Speedway. Ended up 4th and 6th, but that was 4 years ago with the Power Eye Midgets in 2022. And there's a good look at Jamie Ball tonight in his Highland Racing debut. It's pretty rare to see Jamie Ball in the 410 outside of Knoxville Raceway. Tanner Thorson into the 11-second bracket, 11.909, and he's followed, of course, by Aaron Reitzel, a 12.042. So we are way under the track record as we conclude Hot Laps And that will finish things up right there. Tanner Thorson, the best and the only driver in the 11-second bracket, 11.909 seconds. Aaron Reitzel second, 11, or make that a 12.042. Then Rico Abreu in third. His lap time was a 12.250. Tanner Holmes fourth, a 12.327, and Brent Marks in fifth at a 12.434. Cy Lynch, Dason Pursley, Giovanni Scelzi, Kyle Larson, and Brady Bacon, the top 10. Want to say hello to all of our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7. Thanks for tuning in. For even more action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app. And that also includes all of the people watching tonight on Amazon Prime Video. We are glad you are along for the ride. Hopefully you enjoy your time with us tonight with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Next up is going to be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. It works like this: 2 cars on the track at the same time. They will go 2 laps around Davenport Speedway. Their best lap time of the 2 will set them up for a heat race later on in the racing program. And of course, we talked about that track record, which is very much in jeopardy, set by Joel Myers Jr. on May 8th of this year, a 12.452 second lap time. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches is a premier dealer for Renegade, Show Hauler, and Newmar trailers. See for yourself why more racers go to Capital for all their transport needs. If you're in the market for a motorhome, motor coach, or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. Looks like our first 2 qualifiers are getting pushed towards the racetrack now. First qualifier from Burlington, Iowa. Driving the Schaefer Construction, Denny Woodworth, attorney at law. Flex Suites on Naples, Maxim Trucking. Number 15 junior, here is Cole Meitzer. And joining him from Burlington, Wisconsin, the Waste Quit, Pink Roofing, Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes. Number 10V, Matt Vanderveer. Matt Vanderveer in the 10V, Cole Meitzer in the 15 junior. Both drivers with just 1 high limit racing appearance before tonight. Lap 1 for Cole Meitzer is a 12.905, 12.905. Matt Vanderveer's first lap time, a 12.902. He will go to the top of the board. 12902. Cole Meitzer lap 2 back to the top, a 12.864, 12.864. And for Matt Vanderveer, he will improve back to the top, a 12.726, 12726. Next 2 qualifiers out of Indianapolis, Indiana. The NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cards, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge. Number 7 BC, here is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And joining him from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps. Number 24D, the Florida Man, Danny Sams III. Lap 1 for Sunshine to the top, and it is a new track record at the Davenport Speedway. A 12.428. Now Danny Sams goes to the top, a 12.269. 12269. Tyler Courtney, lap number 2, will not improve. Yes, he will. A 12.420. And Danny Sams also better on lap number 2, a 12.265. And so Danny Sams goes to the top, and he is now the Davenport Speedway track record holder. Next to qualify from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochiko, West Tucker Trucking, Moss Brothers Powder Coating. Number 88W, it's the big unit, Austin McCarl. And joining him from Waco, Texas, the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium. Number 9R, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall, 9R, Austin McCarl in the 88W. McCarl, the IRA winner here just a few weeks back. Lap 1 for him. He will go third quick, a 12.603, 12.603. Randall's first lap time is 5th quick, a 12.766, 12766. McCarl on lap number 2, he will go better but stays third quick, a 12.552, 12552. And for Chase Randall, he does not improve. He's going to stay on lap 1, a 12.766. Randall is 5th and McCarl in the 3rd spot after 6 cars. Qualifying next from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino. Number 26, here is Justin Peck. And out there with him from Knoxville, Iowa, the Quality Striping, Schilling Excavating, DDI Fabrications, Camden Signage. Number 22, Riley Goodnow. Riley Goodnow in the 22, Justin Peck in the 26. Lap 1 for Peck is to the top, 12.262. 1:22.62. Riley Goodnow's first lap, 8th quick, a 12.969. 1:29.69. Justin Peck, lap number 2, better, 12.214. 12.214. Justin Peck, better on lap 2. Riley Goodnow also better on his second lap to 7th quick, a 12.768. 1:27.68. 7th quick for Riley Goodnow, and to the top for Justin Peck, 12.214. Next to qualify from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. And out of Bozeman, Montana, the Rock and R Restaurant, Sherbolt Suspension, ART Enterprises, Don Vanzuelo's Auto Body, number 3, Cole Schroeder. Cole Schroeder in the 3, Kerry Madsen, 55. Lap 1 for Kerry, to the top, 12.165, 12.165. Schroeder is going to come across 6th quick, a 12.723, 1:27.23. Kerry, lap number 2, will not improve, but lap 1 good enough for the top spot. Cole Schroeder, lap 2, is into the top 5. It's a 12.541, 1:25.41. Qualifying next from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Pro C, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Lawrence, Phil Thompson Associates. Number G5, it's Gage Polkerbeck. And from Waupun, Wisconsin, the Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Gluen and Sons Excavating, Dolmus Transport, AmRamp. Number 99, it's Tyler Brabant. Tyler Brabant, 99, Gage Polkerbeck in the G5. Polkerbeck's first lap, 4th quick. It's a 12.316, 12.316. Brabant, his opening lap time is going to be 12th quick, a 13.316. Polkerbeck to the top on lap number 2 for Gage Polkerbeck, a 12.045, 1:20.45. Polkerbeck, now the new Davenport Speedway track record holder. From Santa Rosa, California, the Installtech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes, number 19 junior, here is Joel Myers Jr. And from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Paralast Group, number 17 GP, it's Hank Davis. Hank Davis, 17 GP, Joel Myers Jr. in the 19 junior. Lap 1 for Myers, 2nd quick, a 12.065, 1:20.65. Hank Davis, 3rd quick on lap 1, 12.111, 1:21.11. Joel Myers, lap number 2, will not improve. He's going to stay with lap number 1. And for Hank Davis on lap number 2, he will slow down as well. So Joel Myers 2nd and Hank Davis 3rd, but the story is Gage Polkerbeck is at the top of the board after 14 cars. From Elk Grove, California, the all-year alternative, HenryCars.com, JVI Group, Philly Farms, Fulton Brothers Trucking, FloRacing. Number 57 here is Kyle Larson. And from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Whistle Stop, Maximo Oil, Hobson family. Number 21H, Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon, 21H, Kyle Larson in the 57. Lap 1 for Kyle Larson to the top, 11.990, 1:19.90. Brady Bacon 2nd quick, a 12.012, 1:20.12. Larson lap number 2, better, it's at 11.936. Brady Bacon lap number 2. He's going to slow down, but Kyle Larson now to the top of the board with a new Davenport Speedway track record, 11.936 seconds. From Fresno, California, the Chili, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77, this is Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Jamie Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Massey Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X, Reese Moran. Reese Moran, 45X, and Giovanni Selzy in the 77. Selzy's first lap time, 3rd quick, 12.035, 1:20.35. Reese Moran's first lap time is going to be down in the 11th spot, a 12.460. Gio on lap 2, 2nd quick at 11.997, 1:19.97. Reese Moran lap number 2, he is not going to improve, and it's going to be 11th place for him at a 12.460. Meanwhile, Giovanni Selzy goes to 2nd quick, 11.997. From Myerstown, Pennsylvania, driving the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, here is Brent Marks. And joining him from Quilt Scene, Washington, the DGRD, Rengen Earthworks, Smith Titanium Rod and Supply, Kaiser Wheels, number 6 of J.J. Hickle. J.J. Hickle in the 6, Brent Marks in the 19. Marks on lap 1 is to the top at 11.907, 11907. J.J. Hickle 8th quick on lap 1, a 12.163. Brent Marks lapped it better. It's at 11.784, 11784. And for Hickle, he is not going to improve. He'll stay 8th quick at 12.163. But now by a 10th and a half, Brent Marks goes to the top. From St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart Curb Engineering Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, ArcZone.com, Pacific Boring, number 24, this is Rico Abreu. And from Athens, Illinois, the High Level, XK Glow, CHE Precision Smith Plumbing, MPV Logistics, number 7A, Will Armitage. Will Armitage and Rico Abreu on the clock. Abreu's first lap time to the top in 11.761. Will Armitage lap number 1 is not going to be a good one. It's down at 11th place at 12.190. Rico Abreu lap number 2 is going to slow down, but the first one is good enough for the top spot. Armitage on lap number 2 is better, up to 8th quick, a 12.065, 12065. Rico Abreu now to the top of the board. We're going to have to keep count of how many to the tops this has been. Might be a new record for the series as we continue on. Next qualifier from Lubbock, Texas. The Horizon Whiskey, Nice Green Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, Army Ranch. Number 5 of Brenham Crouch. And making his high limit debut tonight from Knoxville, Iowa. The Renz Motorsports, Pella Motors, MacClick Plating, Randall Roofing, number 4W of Jamie Ball. Jamie Ball in the 4W, Brenham Crouch in the number 5. Crouch with some midget experience here at Davenport in his career. Lap 1, third quick, an 11.884, 11884. Jamie Ball, his opening lap time. Gonna have to scroll down the page here a little bit. 19th quick, a 12.625. And for Brenham Crouch, he'll slow down on lap 2 and stick with lap 1, 11.884. And for Jamie Ball, he is better on lap 2 to 15th overall, a 12.386, 12386. Ball 15th and Crouch into 3rd. Next qualifier from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinas Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mav Motorsports. Number 42, this is Cy Lynch. And joining him out of Gravelway Mills, Missouri, the Bernie Brand Hot Sauce, Hibden Gravel, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3G of Ayrton Genitin. Ayrton Genitin in the 3G, Cy Lynch in the 42. Cy Lynch on lap number 1. He'll be in the 15th spot, a 12.302, 12302. Ayrton Genitin 18th quick on lap 1, a 12.426, 12426. Cy Lynch on lap number 2. He will improve but stays 15th, a 12.289. And for Ayrton Genitin, jumps up 2 spots to 16th quick, a 12.373. 12373, 16th for Genitin and 15th for Lynch. Four cars left to qualify. Next up, from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerr, Napa, Bruno's Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation. Number 9, this is Dason Persley. And joining him, from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Junetta Concrete, number 13 of Tanner Holmes. Lap 1 for Dason is 10th quick. It's a 12.090, 12090. Tanner Holmes 17th quick on lap 1, 12.312, 12.312. Dason Persley stops the clock on lap number 2, not going to improve. He'll stay 10th. And for Tanner Holmes, he is better to 12th position, a 12.147, 12147. 12th for Holmes and 10th for Dason Persley. Here are your final 2 qualifiers from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Bryant Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms. Number 87, here is Aaron Reitzel. And joining him from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maximum Racing Oils, Messina Valley Transportation. Number 88, Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson, 88, Aaron Reitzel, 87. Reitzel on his first time by goes to the top, an 11.485. Tanner Thorson Thorson's first lap time is 8th quick, a 12.028, 12028. Reitzel on lap number 2 is going to slow down, but he's still the best by over 2.5 tenths of a second. Tanner Thorson into the top 5 on lap number 2, and 11.929, 11929. But the final car to qualify goes to the top with a new track record, Aaron Reitzel, an 11.485. And that lowers the record by nearly a full second from back here in May. And Reitzel, it does not matter if he qualifies dead last or first. This guy is one to watch for every single night in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Reitzel, Rico, Brent Marks, Brenham Crouch, Tanner Thorson, the top 5, Kyle Larson, Giovanni Selzy, Brady Bacon, Gage Polkerbeck 9th, and 10th to Joel Myers Jr. Those were your fastest cars in time trials here tonight. Boy, oh boy, that may have been one of the best qualifying sessions in the history of the series. So many to the tops all the way throughout. A lot of fun right there, and that is just the beginning. The Iowa Lottery Duel in the Desert, Duel at Davenport, continues on right after these messages.
I'm Aaron Reitzel. You're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on Flow.
Gonna be a long drive.
Hi! What? Don't let the brood spoil your mood. I got you covered. Silence is golden. Let's get rich.
Wait, what does that do? How are you so wonderful?
Actually, I'm Mr. Dependable. And like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Is there a Mrs. Dependable?
DMI is a leading manufacturer of steering, suspension, and driveline components of the sprint car industry. The line of Bulldog quick change rears featured unmatched reliability, innovation, and strength. DMI T-Rex torsion bars are the choice of the sport's top professionals who demand consistency and performance. DMI Bulldog components are proudly made in the USA in our Lancaster, Pennsylvania manufacturing facility. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about the complete line of DMI racing components and Bulldog quick change rears.
The new Dirt Draft app, faster, sharper, built to win. New lock windows and predictive contests. More ways to play, more ways to win. Lock in your drivers, watch the action, and become a fantasy champion. Every lap, every restart, every last lap slide job that moves you up the leaderboard. The green flag just dropped on the all-new Dirt Draft. Download it now at dirtdraft.com. Draft your team and get...
Want to say hello to our viewers watching on FloRacing 24/7. Thanks for tuning in. For even more racing action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app, and that includes you folks watching at home on Amazon Prime Video. Appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed that qualifying session, which saw, I honestly lost track, at least 10 cars go to the top of the pylon, but it was that man right there, Aaron Reitzel, picking up right where he left off at the Butler Motor Speedway Saturday night, where he got the win. Now, the guy that finished second in that race was Brent Marks, who had been struggling all year long, had not had a podium with the series all the way through the first 15 races, but at Butler on Saturday, that changed. He ran at second behind Reitzel in that race. He was able to talk to Brian Walker in this session of After the Checkers after his best run of the year.
After the checkers, take two here at Butler Motor Speedway, the Mace Thomas Classic in the books. Aaron Reitzel gets the win, Brent Marks second place finish. You said it in victory lane, feels like a win, first podium of the year, best run for you, and it's really kind of makeshift new team, right? A lot of new people involved. Just how good does it feel to be up front again at these races?
Yeah, so for take two, I thought my first take was perfect, so here we are again. No, I mean, it just, this feels like a win to us tonight. You know, our season to start just been really bad, and you know, to come away with the podium tonight just feels good. So Robert and Graham, you know, they've been working really hard, been through a lot of adversity this year, and just trying to overcome these hurdles, and it's been really hard, it's been tough, and that's racing. It humbles you really fast. So you know, this everybody's just kept their head down, continue to work, you know, and just never give up, and you know, a night like tonight just means a lot to us. So you know, we have a lot of races coming up here in a short period of time. You know, I think the next 7 races in like 9 days or whatever it is, and we're really excited for that. So to start this swing with some good finishes really propels us into those next races, and to try to dig ourselves out of our points situation we have. So you know, we came into this event the last 2 years being in, I think, top 3 or 4 in points, and you know, now we're sitting, well, we were 10th, I guess, or 9th. So we have a big hole to dig out of, and you know, these are the type of runs we need to be able to do that.
I want to give you a chance to spotlight your guys, your crew guys, your family too, everyone involved in this operation. When it's you know, you go through a trying period, which you did early in the season, so many of them not even your fault, right? Just wrong place, wrong time, whatever happens. How do you guys dig deep? You know, your wife, your kids, your crew guys, you, everyone involved, how do you keep fighting through?
Just good attitudes. You know, I'm surrounded by really good people. You know, they have a great attitude no matter what happens, and you know, and it's hard to keep your head up. You know, it's, you know, I do this professionally. It's what I do for a living. So it's easy to get down, but you know, like I said, I'm surrounded by good people, great supporters. Everybody that's involved in this team just really helps to keep me uplifted. And you know, you just can't dwell over, you know, the bad times, and you can't dwell over the bad finishes and the crashes and, you know, the parts failures. It just, you know, it's no good to do that. So we just concentrate on, you know, tonight. You know, I'm not even worried about the next race. I wasn't worried about the last race. Just concentrate on tonight, put everything in the past, and just go out there and have fun, you know, and race. I mean, that's what we do. You know, I'm a racer, and I get to travel the country racing sprint cars. I mean, what's better than that? I mean, it's just really cool.
Speaking of traveling the country racing sprint cars, this next stretch, I believe we got Monday, Davenport's on Amazon Prime, Wednesday, Red Sears on FS1, Thursday, Gondik Law, Friday, I-94, Saturday, Dakota. Then we're going to Eagle Nationals for 50K and Shelby County on Prime Video before the stretch ends. Whole lot of new tracks for really everyone in this pit area, including yourself. What do you think about this next little run we're going on?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I love going to new tracks. You know, I haven't heard of a lot of them, so I'm really excited to go to these new tracks, and everybody has a clean slate. You know, we all start fresh, and it really shows who the guys are that have a good, consistent program, because, you know, going into a place you've never been to, you know, you just have to be on your game, and so I think those guys really, you know, propel themselves, and so I'm excited. I feel like we always have had good runs at new racetracks. You know, I'm not trying to predict the future, but you know, maybe we will too. But I'm just excited about tonight, man. Like I said, it feels like a win. I'm just ready to celebrate it. You know, I know second sucks, but at the same time, you know, this is something that we need to celebrate after our year.
Last one for you. We got some really good lighting for this. I mean, we're working on the car, obviously, but new look for the 19, the hauler, everything. looking really nice, the white and the black, you know, still a little shade of the yellow, but talk about the changes to, you know, the look and new sponsors.
Yeah, you know, we had K&L Utilities come on board for these first five races of the swing in the Midwest, and really excited about that partnership, and hoping that grows into something, you know, in the future. So we were supposed to do that partnership for the white group, but that got canceled, so we moved it to this, and you know, they were great with it. So I was really excited about that, and great people. And you know, I got McGrewBid.com. Just love working with them and their whole company, and been supporting me for the last several years now, and it's just great to have them, you know, on board and continuing to support Brent Marks Racing and myself. So we do a lot of work together, and it's a lot of fun. And Babs Paints, Livewire Customs, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel. Livewire just recently did the interior in our trailer, they did an awesome job on that. So yeah, the work that they do in the van conversions is just spectacular. And for what they did to our trailer, it's just awesome to bring it to every race, to be able to show people if they, you know, when they want to go see it. It's just, it's really, really cool. So we did a little video on it for everybody on social media to see. We're going to do one more in depth here soon, and just kind of show it off and what it's about. So they've done a great job for us. So like I said, I'm just surrounded by great people, great companies, and it's just a lot of fun.
There you go. Brent Marks, after a strong run tonight at Butler, getting ready for a busy week in the Midwest with High Limit.
Yeah, it was great to see Brent Marks get back on the podium, and you can see some of his stats there, left side of your screen. 16 starts this year, and that run on Saturday was his first podium of the year, but he's also got 2 more top 5s to go along with that podium and 6 top 10s. Last year, Marks had several wins, including a couple down the stretch, ended up top 5 in the points. He enters tonight 8th in the point standings, and that second-place run on Saturday equaled his best run of his season so far. Also had a second-place run at the Babs Motor Speedway in Pennsylvania on May 17th. So looking to get to that first win, maybe tonight he can get it done here at the duel at Davenport. He did qualify well, he qualified 3rd, so he will start 4th in heat race number 3 tonight. Great opportunity for him to put his number 19 car into the dash. A little bit of a wing swap there for the McGrewBid.com 19 as they prepare for heat race action. We've got opening ceremony set for 7:25, about 7 minutes away. We'll take a break here on Flow, and when we come back, we'll be very, very close to the national anthem, the prayer, and everything else to get ourselves ready for heat race action.
Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Get a degree that puts you in the garage, the front office, and the spotlight with a motorsports marketing degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
I'm big on understanding the business side of motorsports, and UNOH is equipping people to do that.
From internships to real-world experience, social media and PR, to sponsorships and race day operations, this is the business behind the action.
You can promote races, you can get to know the drivers, you can even do marketing for a driver.
The starting line is waiting for you at UNOH.
Hi!
What
are you doing?
Revving up about this road trip?
Did someone say road trip?
I'm Mr. Dependable, and like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
This has got to be a TikTok challenge.
This is the poke your head through the paper challenge.
What is?
It
looks like a piece of paper with a hole in it. Okay, this is I know this is dumb because you're not supposed to be able to do this.
Like all the way down.
I can't. My head's too big.
Yeah!
I'll be the only guy to get it. Watch it.
I guess it pays to have a funny uncle.
It's pretty easy, I would say.
He teaches me all the things that I probably don't need to know throughout life. In instances like this, I look really cool.
Is that what you're supposed to do? You guys are trying to make us look stupid. To do this.
Get it?
That is so stupid, dude.
That didn't go exactly how we were planning on it back at the media day in Las Vegas, but good stuff there from some of the high rollers, and you'll be seeing videos like that all the way throughout the 2026 season. We've got plenty of them to show you, just kind of showcasing the personalities of the guys that you watch every single night here on FloRacing, but you don't get to see them outside the car all that much, and so that's a great way to make it happen. Sounds like we are ready for opening ceremonies, so with that being said, we're going to send it down to TLP. Tony Laporta, take it away.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are down here right in front of the front stretch grandstands at Davenport Speedway. It is a packed house with a roof over the top of them. Davenport, what do you say? Are you having a good time tonight? Man, that's a good sounding crowd. I love being here in Iowa, and I love when Bill Wright from the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum joins us. He's the man in black, but he comes bearing good tidings. Bill, take it away.
Always good tidings, Tony, and a very special award tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The North American Sprint Car Pole Award, the 410 Driver of the Year in 2025. That's voted on by builders, manufacturers, media members, and promoters around the North America. And it's Rico Abreu, your driver of the year for 2025. How about a round of applause? And Rico, this has to be real special for you. Your name goes with all the greats here with 410s, and a great honor for you.
Yeah, definitely an honor. You know, and then to receive this award in front of a beautiful crowd on a beautiful night, Monday night here. I get my weekdays mixed up with all this weekday racing, but you know, these awards start with the team. You know, they're the backbone. So Ricky Warner, Zach Middlebrooks, Brady Forbrook, you know, integrating Todd Devenich now this year, but last year, just an incredible year for me, and just what we've developed through the season and the success and the teamwork, and it was just a lot of fun to navigate all that and to see Ricky, you know, evolve with these new crew guys, and over a period of time here, you know, it's a build-up. So we've all been together for the last 5 years, so it's been really, really exciting and an honor to work with Ricky Warner, and he's definitely the reason why I just received that award.
And I'm glad you mentioned them because you won also Team of the Year for Rico Abreu Racing last year. And those guys are that wasn't a new award for them. This is the second time that you've won Team of the Year. So talk about your transition here with Tony Stewart Racing. I know you have the same people on board, but there has to be some differences.
Yeah, I mean, different shop. You know, it's been a lot of fun just to work through their partnerships and bring them to the racetrack with a level of excitement that I feel like over the years I've really built up. You know, just this passion I have for racing, and to get to race with a great friend of mine, Tony Stewart, is just an unbelievable opportunity, and we're having a lot of fun. So, you know, it's a different environment in the race shop with the Nitro team, and the guys just integrating them into the system has been really cool to kind of see them adapt. And, you know, I just really enjoy the process, all that stuff, and coming to the racetrack. We got a new hauler. You know, TSR is an unbelievable featherlight trailer, and it's been nice to have a lounge for the first time in my career.
Is that right? The first time? All right. Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations again. This is a great honor, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Davenport, Iowa, how about it? He can hear you. He's picking up his Driver of the Year award from the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. One more time for Rico Abreu. Big thanks to Bill Wright from the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame for being here to hand that out. Rico's gonna have to rush, folks, to get back to his car in time for heat race action, so please help him out with that, as he needs to be in his car for that second heat race, which is coming up very, very soon. Iowa Lottery, the duel at Davenport, brings the action here to a track we haven't been on in competitive spirit yet. We made one trip here in 2024. Awesome to be back. Cassandra Trenary from the Iowa Lottery, you are here with us tonight. You guys have a tent down there by turn number 4. You're activating, you're showing a great time to all these diehard race fans. Davenport, Iowa, this is an event everybody on the high limit schedule has been looking forward to. What does racing here in Davenport and activating the Iowa Lottery mean to you guys at the Iowa Lottery?
Well, thanks for having us, Tony. You know, the Iowa Lottery is all about getting all over the state. Our loyal fans are from all over, and we're excited to be over here in Davenport as a small piece of what brings high limit racing here. We'll be at Shelby County next week, and we have over 250 lottery winners here today who won a prize, from grandstands to suites. Many of them won an opportunity to meet Kyle Larson earlier today. So we're doing that again for Shelby County, and we're just excited to be here.
And I know that I was in a Quick Star this morning on my way here getting a nutritious breakfast. You guys have great gas stations here in this state, by the way, I got to say. And I heard Kyle Larson's voice in the speakers above me. He's doing a lot with you guys for when NASCAR comes to town. So Iowa Lottery really gets into racing, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, there's no more loyal fans.
Absolutely. Folks can go down to the tent. It looks like you guys are giving away some cool prizes, or at least some games down there. Can folks have a good time if they visit that Iowa Lottery tent?
Yeah, you can purchase lottery tickets, and for just a little bit longer, you can enter to win a NASCAR experience with Kyle Larson. We're also giving away some tickets to Knoxville Nationals. So we're going to be all over the state with racing.
That is awesome, because if you're in Iowa, you can play the Iowa Lottery. Cassandra Trenary, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great time tonight.
Thanks, Tony.
That is Cassandra Trenary. How about a big round of applause for the Iowa Lottery bringing us sprint car racing, high limit sprint car racing here to Iowa, the duel at Davenport. Davenport. Again, thanks to the Iowa Lottery. This will be a very fun night. The sun is starting to go down and heat races are about to roll out onto the track. Before we can do that, it is time for official opening ceremony. So I ask that if you are able to please rise as we welcome from Racers for Christ Series Chaplain Lori Cutter as she leads us in tonight's invocation.
Sweet Jesus, we pause tonight, inviting your Holy Spirit to join us and ask you to bring a thrilling and competitive night of racing to our fans here in person and on Flow. For a few hours tonight, let this be their happy place. We know that many in our race family are feeling like a race motor down on horsepower, struggling perhaps to finish a lap. I ask you, Lord, to meet them right now and to supernaturally heal them as only you can do. As engines fire and we go green, Lord, place your veil of protection over this track and in the cockpit lap by lap. By the calm in the tower, bring the discernment in the seat and wisdom in the pits. Remind us, Lord, our freedom to gather comes from the brave men and women you've called to protect our country. For that, we are so grateful. Place your protection around our military and bring them home safely. For all these things, we say, thank you, Jesus. We pray these things in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Lori. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove cover as we honor America with the performance of tonight's national anthem. How about it for J.C. Ball carrying the nation's colors aboard Panda? All right, Davenport Speedway, talk to me. Are you ready to go sprint car racing? Good, because that's what we came here to do. It's time for a throwdown here on the quarter mile. It's time to duel in Davenport, and it's time to get all charged up with interstate batteries. High Limit Racing!
Heat Race 1 about to get fired off. It's presented by TJ Forged Wheels. Here's a look at the starting lineup in this first heat race on the pole. Out of Lubbock, Texas, and the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Creek and Landis, PhilPools.com. High Performance Lubricants, Army Ranch number 5. It is Brenham Crouch. Outside of row 1 from Fresno, California, driving the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Sinclair Auto Group, Cambridge. Number 77, it's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Scelzi. Row 2 on the inside, third starter out of Santa Rosa, California, driving the Install Tech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes. Number 19, Junior, Joel Myers Jr. And outside of him, the new track record holder here at Davenport Speedway. From Clute, Texas, the Vulcans Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Brian Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Row 3 on the inside, a Rookie of the Year contender to Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17, GP, it's Hank Davis. And his outside from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia. The Maxim Trucking, DK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Row 4 on the inside from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinus Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, MAP Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch, and it was outside from Indianapolis, Indiana. Driving the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Brand Fresh Agriculture, Cambridge, number 7, BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And starting 9th from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochco West, Tucker Trucking, Moss Brothers Powder Coating, number 88W, the Big Unit, Austin McCarl. And the final starter is from Knoxville, Iowa, the Quality Striping, Schilling Excavating, PVI Fabrication, Camden Signage, number 22, Riley Goodnow. 10 cars will go 8 laps around the Davenport Speedway, and the top 6 finishers will go to the feature event, with the winner of the heat race and the fastest qualifier to transfer going into the dash. Keep an eye on the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. He is on your screen now. As long as he finishes inside that top 6, he will go to the dash with the heat race winner. Now, if Reitzel can go from 4th to the win, he will get the ace in the hole, meaning he will automatically start on the pole of the dash. And then if he wins, the second place finisher will go to the dash with him. If Reitzel falls outside of the top 6, then the first and second place finishers will go to that dash. That is the same thing for all 3 heat races. Keep an eye on the 4th place starter every single heat race. In this one, of course, it is Reitzel, and we'll tell you about the other 2 as the program rolls along. Reitzel just been absolutely red hot here recently. Just took the point lead back with a win at the Butler Motor Speedway on Saturday night. in a dominating, not really dominating performance. Kind of took the lead away when Tanner Thorson had a mechanical problem, pulled off in the lead. Reitzel took the lead away then and never looked back after that. TJ Forged, they only build forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate their wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what they do. They lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. That is TJ Forged. HinderCars.com pace truck is on the back straightaway. And so the 10-car starting lineup will catch up to the back there. There is what needs to happen. The heat races on your screen in a moment will be what you are looking at here in case you are watching for the first time, whether in the grandstands or watching at home on Flow, or maybe watching on Amazon Prime Video or Roku as well. If you don't know what's going on, that graphic right there shows you 8 laps, top 6 to the A main event. If you are 7th or worse, you go to the B main. And as I was just talking about, the heat winner and the fastest transfer to the dash. And the drivers are lined up based off of their qualifying times, with the fastest qualifier inverted to that 4th position. Coming to the green this time by, there's a chalk stripe set down there in turn number 4, and that is where the drivers will accelerate at the UNOH starting zone. Brenham Crouch and Giovanni Scelzi on the front row. The green flag is out. The duel at Davenport is underway. Nice even start up front. Around the outside goes Giovanni Scelzi. He'll rocket to the race lead down the back straightaway. Brenham Crouch gets slotted back into 2nd. Aaron Reitzel runs in the 3rd position. A change for 4th back behind. Hank Davis on the inside trying to get by Joel Myers Jr. Couldn't quite make the pass. Myers too strong on the outside. Here's a slider attempt from Davis. Comes up short. And Joel Myers Jr. maintains the 4th position down the back straightaway. Hank Davis sitting in 5th. And the final transfer at this point in time is the 55 of Kerry Madsen. He's got some good gap back behind him to Cy Lynch as Lynch tries to run the bottom in turns 1 and 2. That car is tight on him. You see him turning the wheel hard to the left, indicating that car is in a push, and it's a little bit tight. He's trying to track down that 55 car of Kerry Madsen for the final transfer spot. Behind him, it's Tyler Courtney, Austin McCarl, and Riley Goodnow rounding out the field. Here is your race leader, Giovanni Scelzi, coming across the line, 4 laps in and 4 to go in this TJ Forged heat race. Aaron Reitzel has not been able to catch up to Brenham Crouch. They're still separated by about 5 car lengths down the back straightaway. Crouch with the right rear plugged in the cushion off of turn number 4. He's going to come across with 3 laps to go, trying to hang on to that 2nd spot. Joel Myers Jr., separation from him and Hank Davis is maybe 10 or so car lengths, and then maybe 15 or so car lengths back to Kerry Madsen. Cy Lynch maybe in a battle here with Tyler Courtney, but that race is just outside of a transfer position. You see them coming off the 4th corner now. Courtney was close but made a mistake in turn 4, allowed Cy Lynch to pull back away. 2 laps to go now. White flag in the air for the Chili's. Number 77 of Giovanni Scelzi. Around the outside comes Sunshine. Couldn't make the move there, but went all for it. Couldn't quite get it done. Scelzi off of turn 4. He'll get the win. 2nd will be Brenham Crouch. 3rd goes to Aaron Reitzel. 4th, Joel Myers Jr. 5th to Hank Davis. And 6th to Kerry Madsen. Your heat race winner in this one, and going to the dash, it is the Chili's 77 of Giovanni Scelzi. 2nd goes to Brenham Crouch, and joining Scelzi in the dash is Aaron Reitzel. Joel Myers Jr. 4th, Hank Davis 5th, Kerry Madsen 6th. Those are your transfer cars. Then Tyler Courtney, Cy Lynch, Austin McCarl, and Riley Goodnow rounding out the field here in this one. Boy, I am really, really excited for this track later on. I think it is going to be super good. It is shaping up perfectly right now for heat race action, and your heat race winner is now stopped on the front stretch with Tony Laporta.
2nd to 1st for Giovanni Scelzi in TJ Forged heat race number 1. He has a chili pepper on his helmet. Today he had a chili pepper on his hat. Hey, started 2nd, end up 1st, but you go barreling off into this sun-soaked turn number 1 with that sunset in your eyes. How challenging is that at the start of this heat?
Yeah, it is. It's always a hard call to make, when to roll out for heat races. But yeah, I mean, when you're on the pole of that heat race, you can pick top, high, or low, and you don't really know where to go just because they tilt the bottom. But good job to my guys. It's good to be back in the Chili's car.
It is good to see you back in the Chili's car. Giovanni Scelzi picks up TJ Forged heat race number 1.
That is his third heat race win of the 2026 campaign. Next up, it's DMI Racing Components heat race number 2. Here is the lineup for this one. On the pole from Minden, Nevada, driving the JST Motorsports Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Racing Oils, Messina Valley Transportation, number 88, Tanner Thorson. And to his outside from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, driving the Whistle Stop Maximum Oil Hobson Family 21H, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Starting third from Athens, Illinois, the high-level XK Glow CHE Precision Smith Plumbing MPV Logistics, number 7A, it's Will Armitage. And to his outside, it's the defending series champion in St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart Kerbagajanian Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, ArcZone.com, Pacific Boring, number 24, Rico Abreu. Your fifth starter is from Jacksonville, Oregon, behind the wheel of the Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Julietta Concrete, number 13, it's Tanner Holmes. And it was outside the former driver of that car from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26, Justin Peck. Starting 7th from Grabois Mills, Missouri, the Bernie Brand Hot Sauce, Hibden Gravel, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3G, it's Ayrton Jeniton. And to his outside from Tulsa, Oklahoma, behind the wheel, the JB Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Messina Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X, Reese Moran. And your 9th starter is from Burlington, Wisconsin. It's Matt Vanderveer in the 10V, and the Waste Quit, Pink Roofing, Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes, number 10B. And from Burlington, Iowa, it's Cole Meintzer starting in the 10th spot. The Schaefer Construction, Denny Woodworth, Attorney at Law, Flex Suites on Naples, Maxim Trucking, number 15, Junior. DMI Racing Components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, you can find us every week participating in the sport we love. You race, we race, let's race together. DMI Racing Components. And as you can see there, a new rule that was implemented in the High Limit Rulebook this year. You can, if you were the pole sitter of a heat race, on the initial start, the pole sitter can either choose to start on the bottom or the top. And you see Tanner Thorson is going to elect to start on the outside. Now, we just saw in that last heat race, Gio Selzy took the win from outside of row 1. So Thorson was definitely watching on FloRacing or on Amazon Prime Video there during his time behind the wheel before the heat race started. Probably had his phone up in there and was making sure he wasn't missing anything. So Thorson going to choose the top. That'll put Brady Bacon down to the bottom. Will Armitage, Rico Abreu, Tanner Holmes, and Justin Peck, the first 3 rows. Got to be in that top 6 to transfer. UNOH starting zone coming up in turn number 4, and the green flag in heat race number 2 is out. And it's going to be a good start for Thorson. He'll rock it out to the race lead. Brady Bacon in second. Rico Abreu is a caution is coming out. And Tanner Thorson may have jumped the start there. We'll have to wait and see what race director Mike Hess has to say about this one. Here's a look at the Copcam's replay, and Thorson's certainly on it earlier than Brady Bacon. The initial start of the race, the front row needs to go together. Now, if we were, let's say, 3 laps into the feature and it was a double file start, the leader can go by himself in the starting zone, but that was not the case there. And so that's going to promote Brady Bacon to the pole, and he's going to choose the outside just like Thorson did and move Will Armitage up to the front row, as Thorson being penalized a row for jumping that start. Green flag coming out. We are back underway, and it's a good start up front. Side by side, rolling into turn 1. Brady Bacon with the lead. Will Armitage through the middle. 3 wide for a moment as Tanner Thorson goes around the bottom. Now Thorson to the inside of Will Armitage. He'll take the second spot into turn number 3. Tanner Thorson goes by for second. Now Rico off the bottom, trying to make his way by the current IRA points leader, Will Armitage. Rico to the inside, little of a hop, skip, and a jump into the corner. He cannot make the pass. Armitage back around him on the outside, maintains that 3rd position. Been a fantastic year so far for Armitage in that number 7A car. A lot of really good runs and qualifying efforts with the World of Outlaws series, and he's trying to continue that trend here tonight with the high limit sprint cars. Will Armitage sitting in 3rd, Rico Abreu in 4th, 5th is Tanner Holmes, and 6th appears to be the number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. So Jeniton has made his way by the 26 of Justin Peck, and so Peck is now outside of a transfer position. Here is Brady Bacon at the front of the field with the race lead. Last time we saw Bacon top 5 at the Grandview Speedway in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. Bacon still looking for that first ever High Limit Racing sprint car win. Can it happen tonight in Davenport, Iowa? Here's a race for the transfer spot. Ayrton Jeniton down low. Justin Peck on the cushion. Peck's got a big run on the back bumper of Ayrton Jeniton into turn 1. Goes down low. Tries to put a move on the number 3G. Cannot do it, but Jeniton certainly knows She's right there now. Jennington got to get up on the wheel here and hold off this 26 car of Justin Peck. Now Peck's tight on the cushion and allows the 3G of Jennington to pull away. White flag set to come out this time by for the Macho Man. Brady Bacon, 1 lap to go. Over Thorson, Armitage, Abreu, Holmes, and Jennington. A little bit of a mistake there from Brady Bacon, but no harm, no foul. Continues on with a top spot. Off of turn number 4, DMI Racing Opponents heat race number 2 goes to Brady Bacon. Second, Tanner Thorson. Third goes to Will Armitage. Fourth to Rico Abreu. Fifth will be Tanner Holmes, and sixth will be Ayrton Jennington. So there are your results from that second heat race. Going to the dash, the 21H of Brady Bacon. Tanner Thorson second, Will Armitage third, Rico Abreu also going to the dash. Tanner Holmes fifth, and Ayrton Jennington the final transfer spot in sixth. Then Justin Peck, Reese Moran, Matt Vanderveer, and Cole Meintzer the rest of the finishing order. Well, Brady Bacon, a little bit of good fortune there with the jump start from Tanner Thorson. Promoted him as the pole sitter, and he parlays that into a heat race victory, Tony.
DMI heat race number 2 winner, Brady Bacon, stops to talk to us here after inheriting the pole position after Tanner Thorson's jump start. When you jump out to a lead that big, that quick, are you able to treat the rest of the heat race like a bit of a test session for the rest of the night?
I mean, honestly, I think I was pretty good up there, but it's hard to tell how far ahead you are. And man, the track's changing really fast, especially in 3 and 4. So I was trying to move around a little bit and just see what my car liked and what it didn't. But we're just going to have to keep an eye. The track's going to change super fast, and you just got to be on top of it.
Yeah, Brady Bacon bringing up a great point, Chase. They did a little bit of track work in between qualifying and the heat races, but the sun is setting. There's still a little bit of a breeze. This track is very different from one end in turns 1 and 2 to the opposite in 3 and 4.
It is shaping up very, very nicely early on in the night. We've got one more heat race left to run. It's presented by BR Motorsports. Here's the lineup on the pole from Elk Grove, California, driving the all-buyer alternative, HenryCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing. Number 57, it's Kyle Larson. And outside of row 1 from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Pro C, JW Repair, Ekman Arts, Phil Thompson Associates, number G5, Gage Polkerbeck. Row 2 on the inside, third starter out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. It's the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerb, Napa Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation, number 9. The driver is Dason Pursley. Outside of him from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Bass Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19 of Brent Marks. Starting in 5th from Kilseen, Washington, the DGRD, Rengen Earthworks, Smith Titanium Rod and Supply, Kaiser Wheels, number 6, JJ Hickle. And his outside from Northport, Florida, the Global Link Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, number 24D, the Florida man, Danny Sams III. Starting in 7th, it's a high limit debut tonight from Knoxville, Iowa, the Renz Motorsports, Pella Motors, Mike Kleck Paving, Randall Roofing, number 4W, Jamie Ball. And outside of him from Bozeman, Montana, it's the Rock and R Restaurant, Sherbolt Suspension, ART Enterprises, Don Vanzuela's Auto Body, number 3, Cole Schroeder. Starting 9th from Waco, Texas, it's the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R, Chase Randall. And rounding out the field from Waupun, Wisconsin, the Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Lewin and Sons Excavating, Dumas Transport, AmRamp, number 99, Tyler Brabant. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and Triple X Chassis. Find out more, go to brmotorsports.com. Kyle Larson is going to do the same thing that Brady Bacon did in Heat 2 and Giovanni Selzy did in Heat 1 and choose the outside of the front row. That is going to put Gage Polkerbeck inside of row 1. Then Pursley, Marks, Hickle, and Sams, the first 6 cars. They are green at the UNH starting zone, and Polkerbeck with a huge wheelie down the front straightaway, trying to keep up with Kyle Larson. Larson going to pull away down the back straightaway. Polkerbeck going to settle in that second spot, but what a wild start to heat race number 3. Polkerbeck still with second across the line. He's got Dason Pursley looking to his inside. They get very close in turn number 2. Polkerbeck on the outside going to maintain the second position. Dason Pursley in 3rd. Brent Marks is in 4th. And then 5th is Danny Sams. Now Sams going to make a move on what looked like the 6th of JJ Hickle back there off of turn number 4. Good race going on for that transfer spot. as Hickle gets passed by Chase Randall. Now Randall around the outside. He's into the final transfer spot. Jay Hickle back to the inside. Oh boy, that got close in turn 3. Hey, Randall's going to hang on to the transfer spot as J.J. Hickle gets shuffled out of the mix. He's back to 7th. Then it's Cole Schroeder, Jamie Ball, and Tyler Brabant at the tail end of the field. Kyle Larson pulling away with the race lead. Dason Persley has made his way by Gage Polkerbeck into the 2nd spot. There is Larson coming through turns 3 and 4. Already halfway through this one. 5 down that time by and 3 laps to go. Gage Polkerbeck having a stellar run in this heat race. Can he keep it up for 3 more laps? Brent Marks entered in right behind him, got tight into turn number 1 and allowed the G5 to pull back away. Danny Sam sitting in 5th behind these two. Then it's Chase Randall in the final transfer spot. Randall appears to be unchallenged by J.J. Hickle. Hickle trying to reel him back in, but he's 4 car lengths behind as Larson continues to make mistakes in turn number 4. That cushion is really starting to build up on that side of the racetrack. We heard Brady Bacon alluding to that in his heat race interview the last time. Kyle Larson off of turn number 4 is going to dominate heat race number 3 presented by BR Motorsports. 2nd goes to Dason Persley. 3rd will be Gage Polkerbeck, then Brent Marks, Danny Sams, and Chase Randall rounds out the 6 transfer cars. The VR Motorsports heat race is going to go to Kyle Larson, who is still on the hammer after the checkered. He's going to the dash. Dason Persley 2nd, Gage Polkerbeck in 3rd. 4th goes to Brent Marks. He will also go to the dash. Then Danny Sams in 5th, and Chase Randall the final transfer spot. J.J. Hickle, Cole Schroeder, Jamie Ball, and Tyler Brabant, the finishing results in that heat race. Dason Persley making his way forward a few positions there to move into 2nd. He will start inside of the top 12 here in tonight's main event. Actually, the top 10 in tonight's main event with that effort. And one of the only guys with the High Limit Series that has been here in the past, Tony, ends up P2.
Yeah, let's talk to him about some of that experience coming here to Davenport Speedway, going 3rd to 2nd. I saw your dad, Clint, walking around. He's slimming down. He looks good. You're fast out on track right now. Tell me about that battle with Gage Polkerbeck in those opening couple laps. You probably had a pretty good view of his wheel stand. What's it like going, tick for tack with a guy that maybe you don't know that much about?
Yeah, definitely, and he got a really good start even though he was looking at the moon. So, yeah, he was just right side by side with Larson all the way down the front straightaway, and just tried to get to his left rear, and then I was able just to really get on the inside of the tires there. I seen Tanner in the heat race before, get beside Will Armitage there because he was just really, really low, and I tried it to my advantage, and it worked out to be pretty good. So the KCK Racing Mike Curb Nap Auto Parts number 9 is fast tonight, and Davenport's pretty hooked up, and it's going to be a good show for the fans.
You're pretty hooked up. That's Dason Persley going 3rd to 2nd. Chase, listen to how he breaks down not just his heat race, but the heat race before him that he was surely back in the push zone watching live on FloRacing. You can do that too if you get a subscription right now.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, no question about it. Also, Dason, you should hear the way he breaks down his new mountain bike he just got. He's very proud of it. He's been, kind of rolling around with that thing in the pit area all day long.
He told me, he broke down taking you to school at the pickleball courts. Chase, do you have any comment on that?
That just didn't happen. That is just wrong information. We need to get that cleared up immediately as Dason heads back to his trailer and will prepare himself for the feature. That's the next time he'll be on the track. But when we come back, our 6 drivers in the dash are going to spin the wheel to find out where they start in that FK Rod and Stash.
This is Dason Persley, and you are watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
BR Motorsports. Built for champions, feared by the competition. For over 30 years, the fastest racers on America's dirt tracks have trusted one name to keep them unbeatable. BR Motorsports. When you're chasing victory, you don't have time for excuses. You need same-day shipping, real tech support, and a crew that actually knows racing. Champions don't gamble. Champions choose. BR Motorsports.
Is it all a fever dream?
I'm burning gasoline.
Rico goes back to the high side. Gets his way touches. To the turn now, look to the inside of turn one. Abreu to the outside. Major contact.
Hi!
What are you doing?
Revving up this road trip.
Did someone say road trip?
I'm Mr. Dependable, and like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Dirt track racing isn't clean. It's chaos. Out here, nothing is given. When everything's on the edge, control is everything. That's why drivers trust FK rod ends. Precision built to take the hits. Lap after lap, corner after corner. FK rod ends. Built for the dirt, proven at speed.
Thank you to our partner Eclipse Claims, eclipsing insurance tactics and protecting your payout, an official partner in 2026 with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Today's race sponsor is Iowa Lottery, and they've got an opportunity for you race fans. VIP club members can enter into their promotion for a chance to win VIP experiences at Iowa Speedway or at Knoxville Raceway for races happening in August. Up to $1 million is on the line, and you could be a winner. Visit the Iowa Lottery tent today to find out more. This High Limit Racing broadcast is also brought to you by Horsepower Hydration. If you're looking for a little hydration in your water, make sure to get some Horsepower Hydration at a local grocer near you, or go to horsepowerhydration.com to learn more. Well, let's take a look at who is in tonight's dash. There will be 6 drivers that are a part of this dash, of course, and how did they get here? Well, let's tell you. Giovanni Scelzi qualified 7th, pretty solid, but he was able to get the heat race win, which automatically locked him into that dash. Aaron Reitzel, fastest qualifier overall, ended up in the top 6, and of course that is good enough for the dash. Brady Bacon qualified 8th, won his heat race, and he is now part of the dash as well. Rico Abreu qualified 2nd, and he finished up 4th in his heat, so he's in the dash. Kyle Larson qualified 6th, won his heat race, that means he's in the dash. And Brent Marks qualified qualified 3rd tonight, excuse me, and they ended up 4th in the heat race, and so that put him in the dash. And so those 6 drivers, as you can see from this shot on the speed shot, they're making their way with the cars to the front straightaway. Something new we're doing this year, or here recently, actually, the last 3 or 4 races, getting the cars on the front stretch that are in the dash. As soon as that driver spins the wheel, he heads to his car, gets in, and so we have no downtime between the wheel spin and the dash. Just trying to make this program run a little bit smoother, and I'm sure the folks here at Davenport are happy about that on a Monday night. I'm sure a lot of you got to work tomorrow. We want to get you out of here by 9, 9:30, 9:15. That's the goal, and we will have that spin wheel here in just a few moments. When we come back from this break on Flow, you'll find out who starts where in the FK Rodden's dash.
This is Kyle Larson, and you're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Impact Race Gear is your source for custom race shirts. We are certain that you will see the same things that hundreds of racetracks, teams, organizations, and manufacturers have already discovered. When it comes to quality and service, we simply can't be beat. We are not one of those here today, gone tomorrow print shops. Impact Race Gear has been trusted for years by racers all across the country. Give your fans and sponsors what they deserve. Simply awesome race shirts.
Visit us online at impactracegear.com to learn more and start your order today.
At the University of Northwestern Ohio, racing isn't just a class, it's a lifestyle.
Every single day, I go to class and we're thinking about racing, and on the weekends, it's about racing. Literally, my entire life is racing now, and I just love it.
At UNOH, your classroom is a garage, your homework, horsepower, and your network, the racetrack.
Making the connections with all those people is huge. That's how you get somewhere in racing, and UNOH definitely helps you with that.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
Where valve train technology and racing passion meet.
Here's your Powerball ticket.
And don't forget to enter it into the Iowa Lottery VIP Club. You can enter for a chance to win a meet and greet with two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Larson.
That guy does look pretty cool.
Yeah, and other prizes.
Including a chance at $1 million.
I do like winning.
I bet you do.
Be a VIP race weekendonaire with exclusive race day prizes at Iowa Speedway.
Nice car.
Woohoo!
Hey everyone, welcome back to FloRacing's live coverage of Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing. It's the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport, night number 4 of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series. I'm Tony Laporta, down in the infield. Chase Rodman coming to you from high above the Davenport Speedway, and we're down here at the shop.highlimitracing.com roulette redraw wheel. You know how this works. Drivers who qualified for tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash will come up one by one in the order in which they qualified. They will answer the hot seat question. They will spin the wheel. The lower the value, the smaller the number they can hit, the better that will set them up for tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash. How you finish the dash is how you start tonight's feature. Whiskey Myers, they are revolutionizing the music industry, and they are friends of the program here at Interstate Battery's High Limit Racing. For the first 2 Whiskey Myers t-shirts that are sold every single night of the High Limit season, you get a Whiskey Myers vinyl album. Yes, that's right, I did not stutter. If you are one of the first 2 people to buy a Whiskey Myers t-shirt at every night of High Limit competition, you are gifted a vinyl Whiskey Myers album. I like this shirt. There's a sprint car on the back of it. That's what we're here racing. I hope you know that. Whiskey Myers, they're a band I very much enjoy listening to. Let's get into it. We'll begin things with TJ Ford's Heat Race number 1 winner. Please make some noise for Giovanni Scelzi. I wasn't lying to people. You had a chili pepper on your hat. We just saw the one on your helmet. Man, you're all about your vegetables. At least I think a chili pepper is a vegetable. What's one thing you did behind the scenes this offseason to get prepared for this race season? Cody Goulon out of Aurora, Indiana wants to know.
Watch a ton of film. We're always playing on our phones all the time, so might as well make it useful. But with Flo broadcasting every event and a ton of events across the season, being able to watch this racetrack, the IRA show here at Davenport was cool to get some ideas. And obviously track was way different last time they were here, but just to watch what guys do and how guys win races and go back and watching qualifying from certain places is really helpful.
Watching film. All right, that's what got me kicked out of high school. Here is Giovanni Scelzi spinning the shop highlimitracing.com roulette redraw wheel. If you like my shirt or really any kind of sprint car t-shirt, you should head over to shop highlimitracing.com. The wheel for Scelzi stops on a number 15. That is much better than he's been seeing up here at the wheel as of lately. DMI Heat Race number 2 winner. Here he is. It's Brady Bacon. God, I want to call you the Baconator, but I know you hate that. What's one thing you did behind the scenes to get prepared for this season? Cody Goulon out of Aurora, Indiana wants to know.
Just a lot of preparation on our equipment, got our motor program a lot better, and I think it's showed. We're here, in the dash almost every night, and thanks to Kelly and Laura Hink for kind of getting that all taken care of for us, and Ryder Racing Engines helped us get that turned around in the off-season.
Non-wing legend, he's becoming a wing legend as well. Let's make some noise for Brady Bacon here as he spins the ShopHighLimitRacing.com roulette redraw wheel. If Bacon can get it to stop lower than a 15, he will jump to the inside of the front row, and it's a 35. Not what he was looking for there, but he is in the dash. We move now to BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3 winner. You know him, you love him. Please welcome Kyle Larson. What's your favorite Whiskey Myers song? I know, you can't pick one. They're all my favorite. Hey, the hot seat question comes from Cody Galan out of Aurora, Indiana. He wants to know what's one thing you did over the offseason, you don't really have one, to prepare for going racing with High Limit? Probably go to Australia, right?
That was going to be my answer, but that's kind of just racing. So, but sprint car racing is how I prep for racing. So I don't know. That's my answer.
Yeah, I like it. Racing. We like racing. Do you guys like Kyle Larson? Let's make some noise for him. They like you here in Iowa. I heard your voice in a gas station this morning and you weren't even there. It was crazy. You were telling me to play the Iowa lottery. You can't win if you don't play, and these guys are going to play in the FK Rod-Ends Dash later tonight. A 30 for Larson, also not what he was looking for, but it's not as high as the 35 Brady Bacon spun. We move now to TJ Forged, Heat Race number 1, quickest transfer. The boot from Clute, it's Aaron Reitzel. Hey, I saw an AI-generated image of you. What do you think of that?
That was pretty funny. Tanner sent me that before he posted it, and yeah, we had a good laugh about it for sure.
All right, our hot seat question comes from Cody Galan out of Aurora, Indiana. What's one thing you did, and I know this will be a good answer, what's one thing you did behind the scenes to get prepared for this race season?
Well, definitely a lot of preparation on the cars, probably going down under and staying in the seat. I did 20 races over there, and a lot of what I learned over there transpired over here for sure, and did a lot of gambling in the off season and won, so I was financially ahead coming into this year, so less stress.
Man, that is just, you are able to take a wild answer and make it somehow sound appropriate. Aaron Reitzel is trying to go lower than a 15. It's a 30 for Larson to put him into second, a 35 for Bacon to put him to third, and a 13 will do it for Reitzel. He jumps to the inside of row number 1. 2 drivers left to go. It's DMI Heat Race number 2, quickest transfer, your defending series champion, Rico Abreu. You know where to stand, right over here. All right. Hey, Whiskey Myers, you like my t-shirt?
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm sure you're talking about me, not the shirt. Hey, Cody Galan out of Aurora, Indiana wants to know, what's one thing you did behind the scenes to get prepared for this race season?
Oh man, I did a lot of investment into my fitness.
100 push-ups a day.
Yep, still tracking.
I can't count that high.
Not now, but I just make sure I do them. I watched a lot of film from the racetracks that we needed to advance better, entry into the races, and what else? More fitness.
Dude, I'm not kidding. You're a fitness freak. That's what people are calling Rico Abreu right now. He's trying to go lower than a number 13. If he can get a 12 or lower, he will jump to the inside of the front row to lead him to the green in this FK Rod-Ends Dash. Oh, and it's a 33. For every starter of the Indianapolis 500. BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3, quickest transfer. Here he is. He says it felt like a win, finishing on the podium a few nights ago. It's Brent Marks. Brent Marks, what's one thing you did behind the scenes to get prepared for this upcoming race season?
I felt like we pretty much worked all season, all off season. So I would have loved to get over to Australia and race, but that just didn't work out. So hopefully this season we can do more racing instead of working, but it takes a lot of work to get these cars up and down the road and run a race team, and it's just a really difficult task. So it takes all of my effort to be able to do that.
Well, we are glad to be able to witness all of your effort. As Brent Marks is our final driver to spin here, he needs to go a 12 or lower to jump to the inside of the front row. This is the ShopHighLimitRacing.com roulette redraw wheel. It's a 2 for Marks. He's on the pole. 2 for Brent Marks, and the crowd goes wild here in Davenport, Iowa. One more time, check it out, folks. This is my Whiskey Myers Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing shirt. You can wear it while you listen to Whiskey Myers. I'm super excited to have them be a part of High Limit Racing. I love those guys. I've been listening to them way before they were a part of High Limit. Lonely East Texas Nights. It's a banger. You got to listen to it. Just take my word on that. Broken Windows Serenade. They've got so many hits. I love them. I love them. I love them. And if you want to look good, get this t-shirt at shophighlimitracing.com. Chase, tell them how they're going to start tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash.
Yes, they're going to be Brent Marks and Aaron Reitzel front row. Row 2 will be Giovanni Selzy and Kyle Larson. And then row number 3 will be Rico Abreu and Brady Bacon. And I think I've lost count, but I believe that is now 9, maybe 10 races in a row between the World of Outlaws and High Limit Racing that Aaron Reitzel has been 3rd or better for the start of a dash. Just incredible consistency on the wheel and at the can with the Outlaws. And actually, you know, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Rico Abreu and I had a little bit of a wager today. Would Reitzel be on the front row of tonight's dash? I said, Rico, I think he's gonna do it again, and had 20 bucks on it. And I just texted Rico. I said, hey, here's my Venmo address. You need to be, obviously he's not gonna get it right now because he's climbing in his race car, but I mean, come on, that's 20 bucks right there. And we're gonna take that all day long. As the drivers get into their cars now, we just mentioned it, you know, this is the new thing, and I really, really like it. It's a good opportunity for the fans to see the cars right here sit on the front stretch. The drivers rock over, they get strapped in, and no time in between that wheel spin and getting them powered up for this FK Rod Ends Dash. Now, FK Rod Ends, if you didn't know, brings over 35 years of experience to the industrial performance racing and off-road markets. Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has grown to become the preferred source for motion control products to nearly every industry. To learn more, visit us on social media or find us online at www.fkrodends.com. So definitely an interesting lineup here. We saw all 3 of the heat race winners pretty much drive away, but I would say the most dominant of those 3 was probably that guy in the middle of your screen now, Kyle Larson. He really seems to like this track so far. It's tight, it's a small track. It looks like there was a pretty good cushion. He was hopping over the top of it a few times. This could be a night that we see Larson get back to victory lane, who ended up 23rd last night in Nashville during his NASCAR event. Unfortunately, I think got spun out or something late in the race, but hopefully he can rebound tonight and put on a good show for these fans like he did on Friday night at Lawrenceburg, an all-timer going to the back of the field 2 times and then driving all the way back up to 2nd. As we see the pushed vehicles now making sure that these sprint cars can get fired off, let's once again run you down the lineup of tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash. On the pole, it's going to be Brent Marks out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the McGrewbid.com, K&L Utilities, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, and outside of him, it's Aaron Reitzel out of Clute, Texas, and the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Brian Paper Motorsports, STC, Monty Farms, number 87. Row number 2 on the inside out of Fresno, California, the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Cambridge, number 77 of Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy, and it was outside from Elk Grove, California, the all-buy-your alternative, HendrickCars.com, JBI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, Kyle Larson. Starting in 5th, the defending series champion from St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart, Kerbaggy Junior Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, ArcZone.com, Pacific Born, number 24 of Rico Abreu. And it was outside your final starter from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. It's Brady Bacon, the whistle stop, Max Moyle, Hobson family sponsor, that number 21H. So Brent Marks on the pole here. Got his best finish of the year Saturday at Butler. Can he get his first win? We heard how excited he was, how relieved he was to get that first podium out of the way on Saturday. I can't imagine what it would be like for him just to get a win, get the monkey off his back here in 2026. Hopefully that is the case for him and his race fans. HendrickCars.com, pace truck in the infield. Here comes the UNOH starting zone, about to go green in the FK Rod Ends Dash. We are underway. Even start up front between the front row. It's going to be Brent Marks down low, slide of the racetrack, but around the outside comes Aaron Reitzel. He'll take the lead down the back straightaway. Brent Marks settles back into the 2nd spot, challenged down low by Kyle Larson. Behind him is Brady Bacon trying to get up there and battle with these 2 cars for the 2nd place position. Both of those drivers go to the top of the racetrack in 1 and 2. Now Giovanni Selzy gets down low on Brady Bacon, but he's going to pick up the front tires, and Bacon goes back around on the outside. Brady Bacon around the bottom trying to track down the 57 of Kyle Larson. Larson now goes down low into turn 1, little hop, skip, and a jump into that corner there, and around the outside goes Brent Marks. He'll maintain the second position. Up front, it is Aaron Wright, so he's pulled out to a 10-15 car length advantage over that number 19 of Brent Marks. Aaron Wright, so obviously he's from Clute, Texas, but now lives here in the state of Iowa. So it'll be almost a home state win kind of for that 87 car if he can pull it off here tonight. Comes across the line, 4 down and 3 to go. In this FK Rollins Dash, most of these 6 drivers spread out equidistant around the Davenport Speedway. Giovanni Salzi trying to track down Brady Bacon and give himself a starting spot in row number 2 for tonight's A main. 2 laps to go for Reitzel, just making a home right through the middle portion of the racetrack in that Power Plus number 87. Brent Marks maintaining the pace of Reitzel, it appears. He fell back about 8 car lengths or so, but has been right there in that same distance for the rest of the race. As the white flag is out, 1 lap to go for Reitzel up front. Brent Marks certainly has closed the gap into 3 and 4 for the final time in the FK Rollins Dash, and Brent make that. Aaron Reitzel will get the win. Marks in second, Larson third, 4th to Bacon, 5th Salzi, and 6th will be Rico Abreu. Well, he's on the pole again. It's Aaron Reitzel with the FK Rollins Dash victory here in this one. Second will be Brent Marks, 3rd Kyle Larson, 4th Brady Bacon, 5th Giovanni Salzi, and rounding out the field, the 24 of Rico Abreu. Next on the program, it's going to be the Winter's Performance B main event. 12 laps the distance here in this B main, and the top 6 finishers will transfer straight into tonight's A main, with the rest of them being done for the night. And if they are done for the night, we hope to see them back on Wednesday when the series heads up to Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee, Wisconsin. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's B main. On the pole from Quilcene, Washington, driving the DGRD, Wrench and Earthworks, Smith Titanium Rod and Supply, Kaiser Wheels number 6, it's JJ Hickel. And it was outside out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel the Winds Casino, number 26, Justin Beck. Row 2 on the inside from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC, it's Tyler Courtney. And starting in 4th from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinus Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Glass and Coating, Mav Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. Starting in 5th from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Jamie Henderson Construction, Rainbow Nut Butter, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Bob Hurley RV, number 45X, Reese Moran. And it was outside from Bozeman, Montana. It's the Rockin' R Restaurant, Sherobelt Suspension, ART Enterprises, Don Vansvela's Auto Body, number 3 of Cole Schroeder. Your 7th starter from Altoona, Iowa, the Country Builders Construction, Ochiko West, Tucker Trucking, Moss Brothers Powder Coating, number 88W, the Big Unit, Austin McCarl. And it was outside from Burlington, Wisconsin. It's Matt Vanderveer, the Waste Quip, Pink Roofing, Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes, number 10V. Starting 9th from Knoxville, Iowa, driving the Rins Motorsports, Pella Motors, Mike Kleck Paving, Randall Roofing, number 4W, Jamie Ball. And also from Knoxville, starting outside the 5th row, it's Riley Goodnow in the Quality Striping, Schilling Excavating, DDI Fabrication, Camden Signage, number 22. Row 6, 11th starter from Burlington, Iowa, driving the Schaefer Construction, Denny Woodworth, Attorney at Law, Flex Suites on Naples, Maxim Trucking, number 15, Junior of Cole Meinzer. And the final starter from Waupun, Wisconsin, the Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Lewin and Sons Excavating, Dolmus Transport, AmRamp, number 99, Tyler Brabant. Tony Laporta, let's go downstairs to you.
Thanks, Chase. You know, we have got some hitters in this B main here. Justin Peck, Tyler Courtney, Cy Lynch are our full-time high rollers that are trying to race their way in via a top 6 finish. And while no doubt those guys don't want to be in this B main, heck, none of these drivers want to be in this B main. I'll tell you one driver that it's good to see in this B main, and really by that I mean it's good to see this driver at the track and in a sprint car competing. That's the 10V of Matt Vanderveer. He's going to start this race in the 8th position. He needs to finish in the top 6 to go racing later on tonight in the feature. Matt Vanderveer, diagnosed several years ago with multiple myeloma. He has a heart condition. He actually is heading to the hospital tomorrow for further treatment for his multiple myeloma. It's a form of blood cancer. He's had it for a few years now. He does not let it stop him. It may slow him down, but Vanderveer is one of the best guys you will meet in a sprint car pit area, and he is happy to be here racing tonight. I'm happy to see him out here as well.
Yeah, we'll see him a few more times later this week. Want to say hello to Pam Brocker from Promotions Manager at Iowa Lottery. She's the honorary starter for tonight's B main as we go green. Underway into turn 1, JJ Hickel with the lead, 3 wide between a couple of high high rollers for that second spot, and Tyler Courtney comes out on top. Sunshine goes into second with Cy Lynch right behind him, and Justin Peck sitting in fourth. Around the outside comes J.J. Hickle, the lead lap number 1. Hickle on the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Around the bottom comes Tyler Courtney back behind second place, make that third place up for grabs. It's Justin Peck with the spot. Cy Lynch drives it in deep, wheels up in the center of the corner now. Once again, wheels up in turn number 4. Cy Lynch trying to wrangle that car in. Sitting in that 4th position, Austin McCarl in 5th. And in 6th, they battle between the 45X of Reese Moran and the number 3 of Cole Schroeder. Schroeder looking to make his first ever feature event with High Limit Racing after not making the show 6 times to open up the year at Las Vegas and Central Arizona. Schroeder around the bottom, going to lose touch with the 45X of Reese Moran down the back straightaway. Moran looks strong on the top, but Cole Schroeder going to maintain that spot down low, trying to track him back down. Here's a race for 4th. Around the outside, Austin McCarl going to make the pass on the 42 of Cy Lynch. McCarl up to 4th. Lynch back to 5th. Up front, it's still J.J. Hickle with the lead. He's got 5 car lengths on the 7BC of Tyler Courtney, who has migrated to the top of the racetrack in turn number 2. Now to the top as well in 3 and 4 for that 7BC car. He's got Justin Peck trailing him out back. Car off the track. That was the transfer car. Reese Moran is going to stop outside the track, and the caution's going to come out for the first time tonight. The Driven Racing Oil caution comes out for the 45X of Reese Moran, who was sitting in the 6th position at the time of this incident. Well, here, take a look at the comp cam's replay as Moran was actually catching Cy Lynch and just got into the corner and just misjudged it there. It looked like the right rear was actually over the edge of the racetrack when he tried to go to the corner, and that was just not going to work because the banking is relatively steep over there. And when you get over the other side of it, Moran was along for the ride, and looks like he might be calling it a race here. Well, actually, no, he's actually going to keep going. Yes, he will be keeping going. So Reese Moran is going to get refired and start at the tail. There's still about 6 laps to go in this one, so he's not out of it yet there, but a big mistake there from the Rainbow Nut Butter number 45X.
Rainbow Nut Butter is delicious. I was gifted a case of it after the weekend in Fort Worth, back in Texas, back at the start of the month, Chase. I just want people to know that it's legit. It's very good. Reese Moran driving for Johnny Herrera. He's got Taylor Courtney working on that car, brother of Tyler Courtney, who is running 2nd in this race. Tyler Courtney has Ron Burley working on that car.
Green flag back in the air for tonight's winner's performance. B-Main, good start for Cy Lynch. Going to try and pull up next to Austin McCarl. Make the pass on the 88 car in turn number 2. Now he's not as around the outside. McCarl gets a good run and takes the spot back away. Cy Lynch been committed to the bottom of the racetrack all the way throughout this B-Main. Behind him, Cole Schroeder trying to make his first ever High Limit Racing A-Main event. He's got Riley Goodnow challenge him on the outside. They nearly go side by side. Goodnow nearly drops on the racetrack. He does. Goodnow stays on the track. Almost did the exact same thing as Reese Moran there. Close call. Now Goodnow being challenged down low. Here comes Matt Vanderveer. Vanderveer around the bottom, going to make the pass on the 22 car. Move him up to the 7th position, 1 spot out of a transfer. J.J. Hickle still with the lead. 3 laps to go. Tyler Courtney 2nd. Justin Peck in 3rd. Then it's Austin McCarl, Cy Lynch, and Cole Schroeder. Can he hang on and make the show for the first time in his career? Matt Vanderveer running the same line as him. Now Vanderveer gets a little bit tight in the center. Turns 3 and 4. Washes up the racetrack. And Riley Goodnow's right back to his rear bumper into turn 1. Riley Goodnow up on the cushion, trying to find some speed there. Justin Peck a little mistake in turn 3. Going to give up some ground to the 7BC and Tyler Courtney. But the white flag is out. 1 lap to go in the winner's performance B-Main. It's been all J.J. Hickle all the time, and off of turn number 4, he is going to transfer to tonight's A-Main event. Tyler Courtney 2nd, Justin Peck 3rd, Austin McCarl 4th, Cy Lynch 5th, and Cole Schroeder is going to make the show for the first time in his career tonight. That is it for the B-Main. J.J. Hickle with the win. Tyler Courtney 2nd, Justin Peck 3rd, Austin McCarl 4th, Cy Lynch 5th, and for the first time ever, Cole Schroeder will take the A-Main with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. Matt Vanderveer, Riley Goodnow, Cole Meintzer, and Jamie Ball, the rest of the field. But how about that for Schroeder? He ran all 3 nights at Vegas, all 3 nights at Central Arizona, did not make the show in any of those. Shows up here for the first time to Davenport, and he will be a part of tonight's A-Main. Congratulations to him and his team, his crew chief, Rodney Tyner Jr. Before we head to break, I want to say thanks to our viewers watching at home on FloRacing 24/7. Thanks for tuning in. For even more racing action, stream FloRacing anytime in the Flo Sports app. And make sure you don't turn off the stream because we've got the finale coming up next. The Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport feature is coming up after this break.
Hey everyone, welcome back to FloRacing's live coverage of Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. It's the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport, and we are getting ready for a main event racing. But before we do that, and before you meet tonight's Durst Dice Roller, Davenport Speedway, talk to me. Are you guys having fun up there tonight? That is awesome. We are having fun as well. The night is flying by, and the best part is still yet to come. It is time for the Durst Dice Roll. Sean Sons joins me down here. Sean, you're dressed very appropriately. I'm not sure I can tell who's your favorite driver.
Yeah, right?
Who is it? Tell me.
For my money, it's Young Money.
Oh, I like that. That might have to be a t-shirt design. Kyle Larson, Sean, do you know how the Durst Dice Roll works?
Yeah, I do.
Do you care if I explain it to these people?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So, Sean is the Durst Dice Rolling fan of the night because he purchased his tickets during the pre-sale period. You can also be a Durst Dice Rolling fan if you buy your tickets before the day of the race. Sean, you seem like a planner. You're methodical. You know that you need to take care of being at big events like this. Do you remember when you bought your tickets to be here at the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport?
As soon as the ad came out.
Very, very smart. I like how you're a forward thinker. You take care of things that are important. So Sean here is going to roll these dice. He's been selected randomly from all of our pre-sale ticket purchasers. And when I look into these grandstands, I imagine it was a pretty big pool to draw from. You are going to roll those dice. Whatever number those two dice add up to represents the starting position of tonight's Durst Dice Rolling drivers, 2nd through 12th, because it's hard to get a 1 with 2 dice. We've tried. The driver that starts in the position you roll, if they win, you and that driver split $5,000. Have you ever heard of anything so exciting?
That's awesome. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. How about some noise for Sean's sons here, folks? Kyle Larson, your driver that you're representing quite well, starts 3rd in this race. Do you have a strategy to try to get him with those 2 dice?
Not really. Just roll and hope.
Roll and hope. I flipped a pickup truck once and had that exact same philosophy. All right, Davenport, let's give him some good luck now. Get loud for Sean. Oh, wow, that might be the most convenient dice roll of the year. A 2 and a 1. That's a 3 for Kyle Larson. You did it. You said you didn't have a strategy. You were lying the whole time.
Well, what can I say?
All right, so who are you going to be cheering for?
Kyle. He's got to do his job now.
All right, let's get away from this speaker and come over here. All right, Sean, you just rolled a 3. Kyle Larson starts in the 3rd position. Best of luck, okay?
Thanks.
All right, how about it one more time? Let's give a big round of applause to Sean's sons. He is our Durst Dice Rolling fan of the night. You can have the chance to be a Durst Dice Rolling fan if you buy your tickets before the night of an Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing event. Be sure to head to highlimitracing.com to buy your tickets for every single night. Yes, that's right. I expect you to be at every single night of High Limit Racing the rest of the year. We've got a bunch more nights coming up here in this stretch we're out on right now through the Midwest all the way over to Nebraska, and we wrap it up back here in Iowa in just over a week. So that is how the Durst Dice Roll shakes out. It is Kyle Larson trying to go from 3rd to 1st to win him and Sean's sons a little bit more money. Don't go anywhere, folks. When FloRacing comes back, we'll be even closer to tonight's A main event, 30 laps for the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport.
The Iowa Lottery is a proud sponsor of today's Duel at Davenport race. From free pop-up contests to exciting opportunities to enjoy concerts, sporting events, or life-changing cash prizes, it pays to play and to be a VIP club member. Visit the Iowa Lottery tent today to find out how you can become a free VIP club member to enjoy these perks and more. Well, race fans, we're about a minute or so away from that horn being sounded back in the pit area. And once that horn goes off, that means the drivers and teams have 8 minutes to display their cars on the racing surface. If they do not display them in time, that means that they will be penalized before the feature begins. Tony Laporta, that guy, just rolled the perfect number for his guy Kyle Larson. The last time we saw that happen was Tulare last year. That guy rolled Corey Day and ended up winning.
Yeah, isn't that the guy that called me Bubba? Chase?
That is the guy.
Yeah,
correct.
That is the guy. The guy who rolled the number 3 here tonight, Sean Sons, told me he didn't have a strategy. That was malarkey, because he knew what he was doing. He rolled him right up against the wall. And of course, randomly, the dice stop on a number 3. Big shout out to Randy for getting the gate for Kyle Windsor, my camera operator, and I. It's his birthday coming up this weekend, so big thanks to Randy for taking part of that. And we want to wish everybody a great night here who's coming out to hang out with us at the Davenport Speedway. Iowa Lottery, they're going to be a part of another race towards the end of this swing, Chase, and it's cool to see how much they're doing. Kyle and I even got some Iowa Lottery cards. You can't win if you don't play, and the good news is everybody you're about to see on track, they can win because they have made their way in to play in tonight's 30-lap A main event. But just like the Iowa Lottery, Chase, with high limit, you have no idea who's going to come out on top. These 30 laps are going to be exciting.
Yep, 24 drivers going for the ultimate jackpot here tonight for the Duel at Davenport. Well, the horn has been sounded, and that means it's time to take a look at tonight's 24-car starting lineup. Rolling off on the outside of row number 12 tonight, making his first career High Limit Racing A main event from Bozeman, Montana. The Rock and R Restaurant, Sherwood Suspension, ART Enterprises, Don Vanzuela's Auto Body. Number 3, Cole Schroeder. And starting in the 23rd position from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mosinas Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting, Coating Mav Motorsports, number 42, Cy Lynch. Your 22nd starters from Altoona, Iowa. Driving the Country Builders Construction, Ochiko West, Tucker Trucking, Moss Brothers Powder Coating, number 88W, the big unit, Austin McCarl. Rolling off in 21st for this one. Out of Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, Stancraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26, Justin Peck. 10th row to the outside, the 20th starters from Indianapolis, Indiana. Behind the wheel, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Alliance Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant Professional Agriculture, Cambridge, number 7 BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And starting 19th, the winner of tonight's B main from Quilcene, Washington, the DGRD, Rengen Earthworks, Smith Titanium Rod and Supply, Kaiser Wheels, number 6, J.J. Hickle. Your 18th starter from Waco, Texas, driving the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R, it's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Starting 17th from Gravois Mills, Missouri, in the Bernie brand hot sauce, Hibden Gravel Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3G, Ayrton Genited. Starting 16th tonight, out of St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, in the Maxim Truckie, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55. It's the Madman, Kerry Madsen. To his inside, from Northport, Florida, driving the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, number 24D, the Florida Man, Danny Sams III. A pair of Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders start side by side in row number 7 outside from Jacksonville, Oregon. The Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Tune by Design, Junetta Concrete, number 13. It's Tanner Holmes. And starting from the 13th position from Sand Springs, Oklahoma, it's the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP, Hammerin' Hank Davis. 6th row on the outside from Santa Rosa, California, the Install Tech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes, number 19 Junior, Joel Myers Jr. And starting 11th tonight, looking for his best career High Limit Racing main event finish from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Pro C, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson and Associates, number G5, Gage Polkrabeck. 5th row on the outside, that's where you're going to find the current IRA Sprint Car points leader from Athens, Illinois, the high-level XK Glow, CHE Precision, Smith Plumbing, MPV Logistics, number 7A, Will Armitage. And starting 9th, it's car number 9. And last year's Rookie of the Year from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb, Napa, Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Karma Corporation, number 9, Dason Pursley. Row 4 to the outside from Minden, Nevada in the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Factory Cade, Maximum Racing Oils, Massey Valley Transportation, number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. Your 7th starter, looking for his best finish of the year out of Lubbock, Texas. Behind the wheel, the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch, number 5, Brenham Crouch. Starting from the 6th spot, he's the defending series champion. And the Tony Stewart, Curb Aggie Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, ArcZone.com, Pacific Born, number 24 from St. Helena, California, Rico Abreu. And his inside row number 3 from Fresno, California, in the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Cambridge, number 77, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Row 2, outside, 4th starter from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Driving the whistle stop, Maximum Oil, Hobson Family, number 21H, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. And the 3rd starter, he is the Durst Ice rolling driver here tonight from Elk Grove, California. The all-buy-your alternative, HenryCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Vulcan's Brothers Trucking, FloRacing, number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. And the front row for tonight's 30-lap main event. Starting 2nd from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. And on the pole for tonight's feature, looking for what will be his 7th win of the season from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Bryant Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. 24 cars, 30 laps, $12,000 to win. It's the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. And Tony Laporta, I'm a little bit worried about you right now for your health right now, for health reasons, okay? I know how much you're going to be smiling throughout this feature because the action is going to be so good. I'm worried because of all the smiling you just did before this feature got on the track. You just took like 42 pictures in front of the grandstands. Your mouth and your face might be stuck smiling just like that for the rest of the year.
Wow, that was a unique way to get to you telling me that this race was going to be exciting, Chase. But we're all about smiles per gallon here at Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. And if you want to keep smiling, especially as we get into this summer around areas like Iowa where it's very humid, think about the Knoxville Nationals in August and how humid it gets there. Think about where Danny Sams is from in Florida. It's humid all the time there. It's humid at Christmas there. You can keep smiling through the humidity if you have some horsepower hydration in your water or sports drink before you go out to take part in strenuous activity, like 30 laps of a main event racing here with High Limit. I just talked to a couple drivers in a line here. Austin McCarl in the 88, Danny Sams here in the 24D, and Giovanni Selzy. Each one of them have a different strategy. I liked what Danny Sams said when I asked him, hey, what do you do here? How do you strategize? What's the first move after you take the green for this starting 15th? He said, I wait after the 4 wide breaks down. We are told to speed up to catch the pace truck. He said that's when he gets really the best and the only chance to feel what the racetrack underneath him is going to feel like at the start. That's how he will decide what he will do with his car starting in that 15th position. Austin McCarl, he simply put it as go where they aren't. He is focusing forward when the green flag flies on these 30 laps.
This should be interesting. Brent Marks and Aaron Reitzel going to roll off from the front row together. That is exactly how they finished at Butler on Saturday night. We know how desperately Brent Marks needs a victory. Maybe tonight is the night for him. As 24 cars begin to come to life around the Davenport Speedway, it's the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. Four drivers in behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Now finding their proper starting position behind Aaron Reitzel and Brent Marks, your front row first and second place starters. Kyle Larson starting third, looking to bring home the dice roll for the first time in 2026 for our lucky race fan in the grandstands. Maybe it's Brady Bacon's time to shine with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. So close so many times. Starts right up front here for this one. Selzy and Abreu back behind. Davenport Speedway, welcome to the High Limit Room. We've got 24 high rollers, but only one is hitting the ultimate jackpot here tonight. It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Interstate Batteries High Limit. Breaking off the 4 wide back to 2x2 formation. And race fans, we really do appreciate you standing up and waving your hats and your children and your flags and whatever you got in the grandstands for the 4 wide. But if you guys could please take your seats so that those behind you can see the action just as well as you could. Once again, if you could please take your seat out to the 4 wide, that would be very much appreciated, as we want everybody to get an equal view of the racing action here for the duel at Davenport. Going green this time by for 30 laps and $12,000 to win. HendrickCars.com pacer about to pull off the track. Davenport Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Off into 1 and 2. Aaron Reitzel with the early race lead. Brent Marks hot on his heels, rolling into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Larson, big move to the inside of Marks. They go side by side for the second spot, but Marks will have that position across the start-finish line. Aaron Reitzel leads lap 1. Here comes Brady Bacon on the inside of the racetrack, takes away the 3rd position. Nice move there from the Macho Man to take 3rd away from Kyle Larson. Now 3 wide as Larson slides in front of Brent Marks. Kyle Larson takes 2nd away. Marks back to the inside. Going to try and return serve into 1 and 2. Cannot do so around the outside. Kyle Larson moves up to P2. Kyle Larson is 2nd, now trying to track down the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, who comes off at turn number 4. He'll put lap number 3 down and 27 to go. Reitzel's lead, 10 or so car lengths on Larson. Then it's Marks, Brady Bacon, Giovanni Salzi, Rico Abreu, Tanner Thorson, Brenham Crouch, Dason Persley, Will Armitage, currently inside the top 10. Here's the race going on for the 3rd position. It's held currently by the 19 of Brent Marks, with Brady Bacon hot on his heels down the back straightaway. Aaron Reitzel now into the back of the field, getting by a car, but one of cars off the pace. We may go yellow as Austin McCarl stops on the front stretch, and yes, the yellow comes out. Austin McCarl running at the tail end of the field before this stoppage, and the winner of the IRA race here back on May 8th has brought out the first yellow of this 30-lap main event with 5 completed. It's a driven racing oil caution. Look at the replay there, and McCarl just dropped the tires over the edge of the banking. He was about to go a lap down just as that happened. Was probably going to go a lap down the very next lap, but that yellow may have actually saved him to keep him on the lead lap. Aaron Reitzel is your race leader with 5 completed. Behind him in 2nd, it's Kyle Larson. Then Brent Marks in 3rd, Brady Bacon 4th, Giovanni Salzi in 5th, Rico Abreu 6th, Tanner Thorson is 7th, Brenham Crouch 8th, Dason Persley 9th. And looking for his best ever high limit racing result is the 7A of Will Armitage, currently rounding out the top 10. Here is the Chasm Safety Products choose code. And looks like Reitzel's going to choose the bottom. I feel like every race so far tonight we've seen, if you have the option, most guys will go to the top. Not the case for Aaron Reitzel there. Aaron Reitzel just continuing to lead more laps. When it comes to laps led this year, he has 193. The next closest driver is 76. Incredible what he's been able to do so far this season. Leads the country in wins, leads the country in money earned so far. And looking to add a $12,000 score once again. Still a long ways to go in this one, though, if he wants to pull it off. Coming to the green this time by, it'll be at the UNOH starting zone. 25 laps to go. Trying to keep an eye on a couple of guys farther back in the field. Tyler Courtney from the B main is up to the 16th position. Green flag back in the air. And Larson's going on the attack quickly to the inside. Slider for the race lead, takes it away from Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel crosses the back up. They nearly collide at the end of the back straightaway. What a move there from Larson. Turned the car hard to the left. Tries to slide up in front of Reitzel. Cannot do it. Reitzel leads that time by, but here comes a slider from Kyle Larson. Larson hits a rut. Oh, we got one upside down. It's Tanner Thorson. Thorson climbing out of the car quickly in turn number 2. Excuse me, that is in turn 4, my apologies. And there is Tanner Thorson out of the car and walking away from the incident. And Gage Polkerbeck, the G5, also involved in this incident. He is also upside down. And unfortunately for the G5, who was having his best night of the year with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing, ends up on his side. And boy, has this been a tough stretch for that guy right there. Tanner Thorson. Another DNF. That is going to be 2 in a row. Was leading the race at Butler. After a mechanical problem, sidelined him there. Here's a look at the replay. Left side of your screen. Polkerbeck. And that was 2 completely separate incidents. If we run that back one more time, I believe that was 2 completely different things happening at the same time. Thorson clips a tractor tire, then hits another one and flips over, and Polkerbeck, with a contact with another car farther back in the field. Thorson actually got clipped by somebody else as he was stopping, it looked like there. And so Tanner Thorson, that one Just drove right into a tractor tire, clipped the left front, and over he went. Trying to flip that JST Motorsports car back on all 4 wheels and get it back to the trailer. But we mentioned it. It's been not a good stretch for the driver who was leading the points throughout the first 10 or 11 races this season. Just looking at his last couple of finishes, 22nd, 16th, 15th, and 13th. Let's go downstairs. Tony's with Tanner.
Tanner Thorson up and out of that number 88. Tanner, what happened? First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know. I came off a 2 and kind of hit a little rut and felt something kind of get weird in the steering, and then came down here and it just cut left on me. So unfortunate, man. We've been really fast lately and just pissed off for my team and my car owner and everybody involved. But might ride back here and see if this thing, well, not really. I don't want to risk it if the steering is bent or messed up. But yeah, just pissed off.
Tanner, we're glad you're okay. Thorson walking away from this one here in turn 4, Chase, and then going to look for Polker back here as they clean things up over with the 88.
Yeah, there's Gage, left side of your screen there. He's also out of the car and walking away. And you tell he's debriefing with some of his crew members down there as to what just happened. And Polkerbeck, we talked about at the very top of the show, he made it through hot laps, which was more than he had done the last 2 races at Butler and Lawrenceburg. It was his debut at both of those tracks. He got 0 laps in at Lawrenceburg. He finally got the car running in the B main at Butler, did not make the show. And then tonight, started on the front row of his heat race and ended up in the 3rd spot, started right up there near the top 10. And unfortunately, this is going to be the result for him in that Young Guns Motorsports number G5. Polkerbeck with the hang loose to the drone. Okay. He's all right. I think that proves it right there. Hanging loose. That was pretty good. So Gage Polkerbeck did get his first 410 win earlier this year with the NOSA Sprint cars up in North Dakota. Got it done at the River City Speedway. And that car is going to go off on the hook. And him and Thorson, both those teams going to have some work to do before the series resumes action on Wednesday night at the Red Cedar Speedway in Menominee, Wisconsin. Of course, that race will be live on Fox Sports 1. We hope that either you have a Flow subscription, you can watch it on there. If not, you can watch it live on TV. Tony Laporta now standing by with Gage Polkerbeck.
Gage Polkerbeck out of the car. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The car ain't, but hopefully we'll have the same speed at the next track we go to.
Yeah, absolutely. Tough luck with the way your last 2 nights have gone. We're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's Gage Polkerbeck. Gage, thanks for talking. He's out of that car and making the long walk down the back straightaway to the pit area, Chase. So both drivers involved, able to walk away. That's the most important thing.
Gage Polkerbeck. I'll tell you, he is one of the happiest guys in the pit area. Even though things did not go well at Butler Motor Speedway, he was still out by his car after the feature was over, signing autographs for everybody that came by, and just a nice kid, man. And that's tough to see him exiting this race after having such a great night so far. And you can see just a little bit of the damage there. It looks like a flat left rear, going to be some rear end damage more than likely after clipping those tires on the back straightaway. And I did just get a tweet from somebody that, I took the Rodman risk tonight was Tanner Thorson. And so unfortunately that did not go too well. But the Rodman risk at Butler was good. We had Danny Sams for a top 5. He finished 8th, so we got close. Felt like we were making some progress. And tonight we went backwards. And Polkerbeck's car, a little cattywampus trying to get up the banking there. Might take a little extra time to get that car all the way back to the pitting area. Gets over the edge of the banking. We should be able to get cars refired here momentarily. Take a look at how things are shaking out after 5 laps of action. Still Reitzel, Larson, Marks, Bacon, Selzy, Abreu. Then it'll be Brenham Crouch promoted to 7th. Dason Pursley 8th and Will Armitage 9th. And with the issue for Thorson, that's going to move Joel Myers Jr. up into the top 10. As Polkerbeck's machine is going to get there one way or another. As it looks like Hank Davis, it did look like a car had clipped Thorson as he was sliding up the track, and it was the 17 GP, and they've got that car over in the work area right now. The front end is being paid attention to by that Michael Dutcher Motorsports. There's Michael right there walking up to the front of the race car. And so could have been some nose wing damage or maybe even some suspension damage on Hank's car. Looks like they've got it fixed back up, and he's going to rejoin the field. You can see the left side wing panel got a big piece of Thorson's car as it was flipping through the air. We'll take a look at a CompCams replay here. Kyle Larson got a very good start on the outside. I wonder if Reitzel will change things up on this next start, but Kyle Larson was just throwing it in there. He drove over the edge of the track. And luckily for him, there was a red flag there. Here's another look at Polkerbeck, left side of your screen, got together with it. Hard to tell who that could have been back there. And then there's the Davis contact with Thorson. Nice shots from our drone on FloRacing. Cars getting refired. Drivers just outside the top 10. Tanner Holmes, Kerry Madsen, Tyler Courtney, Chase Randall, and JJ Hickle. I believe he is going to restart this race in the 15th position. He came out of that B main earlier on as well. So Tyler Courtney and JJ Hickle looking to get that Rod and Supply Hard Charger award. And there's some damage on Tanner Holmes' car. Did not see that until earlier, or until just now. Look at the damage. So there was two cars that got into Thorson as he was flipping through the air. Davis and Holmes. And so that is going to be a tough one to handle there for the YouTube kid. Luckily, we're not racing at Knoxville or Port Royal or Eldora. We're at a quarter mile at Davenport, but still, that thing got punched by Thorson's car. And I wonder if there's any more damage than that on Tanner Holmes' machine, as he's going to restart back in about the 11th position for this restart. And so due to the contact there on that double file restart, it should be a single file start when they come off of turn number 4, which is good news for Reitzel after Larson fired a slider at him right after the green had came out. Brent Marks sitting in the 3rd spot, looking for that 2nd podium in a row. And Brady Bacon, who I feel like the bottom is gonna make some hay here. I would not be surprised if Brady Bacon makes a pass or two on the inside of the racetrack. I think there's still a lot of speed to be found down there. Giovanni Scelzi, unfortunately, that top 10 streak came to an end last night after tying Brad Sweet for the series record all time with 17 in a row dating back to last year. And Gio, Saturday night at Butler, unfortunately, came to an end with a 12th place result. So it looks like we should be going green this time by. Lights are out on top of the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Single file restart upcoming. Reitzel, Larson, Marks, Bacon, and Scelzi. Boy, when Brady Bacon shows up with high limit, he's a contender. He's only ran 2 races this year. Kokomo, where he was in the dash, and Grandview, once again, he was in the dash there. Here comes the UNOH starting zone. With 25 remaining, we're back to green. Off and running once again into 1 and 2. Around the bottom comes Giovanni Scelzi. He's going to pull up next to Brady Bacon. Cannot make the pass there, but he's still side by side. We're looking at turn number 3. Giovanni Scelzi going to take that spot away off of turn number 4. Brady Bacon over the edge of the cushion there and allows Rico Eber to close in, racing for a top 5 position. Rico to the inside, tries a slider, comes up short. Now Brenham Crouch is trying to get by Rico down the back straightaway. Brenham Crouch looking for his first top 5 finish of the year. Got a car off the track. It's JJ Hickle, and we go yellow. That is in turn 1. So tonight's winner's performance, B-main winner with an issue. Here's a look at the CompCams replay. Hickle goes 3 wide down the straight. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. How that car did not get over, I have no idea. Surely got to be some damage there. JJ Hickle's left rear just hit him in the back of the head as he went into turn 1. Somehow kept the car on the ground and came to a slow stop next to the tires out there by that light pole. And there is going to be a hook attached to the front of the DGRD number 6. Been a great year for JJ so far, especially in that 2M car up at Knoxville. has had 2 top 5 runs with the Outlaws when they've came to town. And then also had a 4th place result on May 30th, just last Saturday night at the Knoxville Raceway. Was 15th with high limit at Central Arizona back in March was JJ. As the Chasm Safety Products choose cone will be displayed, we did get a lap or 2 in there, and so that means we go back to a double file start. And so some games being played there. You saw 2 cars go top, 2 cars go bottom. So drivers trying to feel out where they need to be at on the racetrack here. Now Brenham Crouch is sitting in the 7th position. His best finish this year, 8th at Texas Motor Speedway. And trying to get that first top 5 run since Port Royal last year, where he ended up on the podium during Tuscarora 50 weekend. Brenham came in tonight 14th in high limit racing point standings, and he was one of the very few drivers that came here tonight with some experience at Davenport Speedway. Did run a midget here a few years ago. Ended up 7th with Power Eye in 2022. Coming back to the green this time by 24 remain at the duel at Davenport presented by Iowa Lottery. Reitzel and Larson to the UNOH starting zone. Green lights come back on. Wright's going to slide himself into turn 1. Larson enters it on the cushion, gets a good run down the back straightaway, pulls up next to Wright, so they are side by side for the top spot down into turn number 3. Kyle Larson slides at the racetrack, and he'll take it away from Aaron Reitzel. Kyle Larson, the Durst Ice Roller, to the top spot into turn number 1. Aaron Reitzel back into 2nd. Brent Marks sitting in the 3rd spot. Great battle going on for 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's now Giovanni Scelzi to 4th, Brady Bacon in 5th, and Rico Ebers made his way back by the number 5 of Brenham Crouch. Giovanni Scelzi's got the bottom side of the racetrack, it rolling down here in 1 and 2. Pulls up next to Brent Marks, cannot complete the pass, but I'll tell you, there is some grip to be found there down low, and Giovanni Scelzi's trying to make it work. Now Marks hops over the cushion there, but Scelzi's not close enough to capitalize. Brent Marks, a little mistake there, so the top in turn 4 could be treacherous. We saw a lot of guys have problems with that during the heat race earlier on as well. Kyle Larson's lead has already built to half a straightaway on the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, but the caution's going to come out again. Tanner Holmes off the pace, yellow. A stop and go main event here tonight. The 13 of Tanner Holmes, the next car to come to a stop, and obviously he's already seen quite a bit of action in this main event in the first 10 laps. Getting a piece of Tanner Thorson while he was upside down, crunching that left side top wing. Tony.
Well, Chase, it's like you said when we first noticed the damage to the left sideboard of Tanner Holmes' top wing. Yeah, this is a quarter mile, probably the shortest, if not one of the shortest tracks Interstate Batteries High Limit will race on all year. So that top wing isn't used to really keep the drivers stuck like it would at a big, fast, wide open half mile. But here is the change that happens to Tanner Holmes. That car is going to feel completely different underneath him. With that damage to that left sideboard being crinkled up as bad as it was, it's not going to turn, it's not going to get off the corner, it's not going to do anything like he had been used to it doing. Very good chances that's what could have led up to him missing the corner and pulling off there in turns 1 and 2.
It comes to the attention of his Buick Motorsports crew in the ARP work area. And after 2 straight top 10s, Tanner Holmes is stuck in the work here because he does not have a flat tire. As we go back to the green flag, tough start for Brent Marks back behind, but a good start for Aaron Reitzel. Takes a shot at Larson into turn number 1. Larson around the outside, going to maintain the top spot. Reitzel, yellow. Caution right back out. And don't see any cars stopped around the track here, so we'll see what's going on. But as I was saying, before they went back to green, Tanner Holmes did not get any guaranteed time over there due to not having a flat tire. That is the only way you get 1 minute guaranteed time with high limit in 2026. You must have a flat tire on the car. That was not the case as they look to hopefully get a quick yellow here to fix that top wing. Green flag back out. Reitzel, the great start this time. Will he throw a slider at Kyle Larson? The answer is yes. Aaron Reitzel back to the top spot in turn 1. Kyle Larson crosses him up and will reclaim the lead down the back straightaway. Larson slides himself into turns 3 and 4. Around the bottom comes Aaron Reitzel, but Brent Marks has a huge run on the 87 car down the front straightaway. Reitzel right across the nose of Marks into turn 1, and creeping around the bottom is Giovanni Scelzi, 3 wide for second down the back straightaway. Brent Marks going to take it away from Aaron Reitzel. Brent Marks into second, and Giovanni Scelzi's trying to get on the front as well. He gets circled by Rico Abreu. Abreu goes into 4th as Marks continue to battle with the 87 of Aaron Reitzel down the back straightaway. Aaron Reitzel back now to 3rd with thinks that Rico Abreu trying to make his way towards the front of the field. He's closing in on his closest championship rival down the front straightaway. Reitzel tries to slide himself into turn number 1. Rico enters in on the cushion. He's challenged down low once again by the 77 of Giovanni Scelzi. Scelzi with a big move to the inside in turn 3, slides it up the hill, going to take that position back away from Rico. Aaron gets over the cushion once again. Reitzel's car appears to be struggling a little bit there on that side of the racetrack as Giovanni Scelzi once again pulls up next to Reitzel down the backstretch. Gio, that turn number 2 bottom of the racetrack appears to be very, very fast for the Chili's number 77 car. Aaron Reitzel trying to fend off the 77, the 24, and the 21H. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson with the lead, and Brent Marks has made a huge mistake in turn number 4, got way over the cushion, and going to lose wholesale ground to the 57 of Larson. Kyle now trying to slice his way through a couple of the lap cars, closing in on the 88W. Boston McCarl slides in front of him in turn number 4. Move that 57 car in front of the 88W. Now a couple lap cars between 1st and 2nd. Rico Abreu, Giovanni Scelzi, Brady Bacon continue to have this very entertaining battle going on for the 4th position. Brady Bacon unable to get by Rico in turn number 2. Brady Bacon going down low as Larson tries to get by a slower car. That's Ayrton Chinniton. Brent Marks, I believe, is closing in. We'll take a look at the lap times. That last time by, it was a better lap time by 0.5 of a second for the 19 of Brent Marks. Marks needs more lap traffic for Larson. 11 laps to go. You can see the 19 car enter the frame on the cushion, catching up to the 57 down the back straightaway. Brent Marks is not out of this one quite yet. This time by, they will have 10 laps to go at the duel at Davenport. Kyle Larson, 10 to go, but Brent Marks is trying to reel him back in. Marks a mistake into turn 1, going to lose some ground to the 57 car down the back straightaway. Larson getting by another slower car. That was 7A of Will Armitage, and from the B main, Tyler Cordy has cracked into the top 10. Sunshine making his way towards the front of the field. Meanwhile, Scelzi, Reitzel, Abreu, those 3 cannot get away from each other all the way throughout this main event. Here comes Kyle Larson off the top of the racetrack, closing in on Tyler Courtney. The 9R of Chase Randall as well are right there in front of the 57 car. Brent Marks trying to maintain the pace, but he was 2/10 off the lap time from Kyle Larson. Rico Abreu to the inside of Aaron Reitzel, battling for the 4th position. Give it to Rico in turn number 3. Reitzel tries to run the middle around the outside. He'll take the spot right back away. Good race between the 87 and the 24. Now Reitzel goes down low. Rico to the top. Now Rico's challenged down low by Brady Bacon. Bacon gets circled by Rico, who's trying to do the same thing on Aaron Reitzel. Reitzel up the racetrack. Rico on the cushion. He has a huge run. Looks to the inside. They go side by side down the front straightaway. And Rico Abreu takes 4th back away from Aaron Reitzel. Rico back to 4th. Reitzel to 5th. Brady Bacon, Brenham Crouch, Kerry Madsen, Dason Persley, and Justin Peck in the top 10. Brady Bacon slowly around the bottom, pulls up next to Reitzel. Go by him down the front straightaway. Brady Bacon now is into the 5th position in car number 21H. Kyle Larson, 4 laps to go as he enters turn number 1 on the cushion. Absolutely railing the top side of Davenport Speedway here tonight is that Silva Motorsports number 57 car. Closing in on Joel Myers Jr., who sits in the 11th place right now. And look at Brenham Crouch. He'll go by Aaron Reitzel down the back straightaway. Brenham Crouch now up to 6th, looking to track down Brady Bacon for a top 5 position. The CJB Motorsports car having a very good run here tonight at Davenport Speedway. Kyle Larson, 3 laps to go. He may lap into the top 10. He's got Joel Myers Jr. and Justin Peck not too far ahead of him. Here comes Larson to the inside, slides in front of the 19 Jr. and puts him to the wayside. Kyle Larson hooks the cushion, but he's able to continue on down the front straightaway. Little smoke out of that car. The white flag is out, presented by All Guy Performance. 1 lap to go for Kyle Larson. The first time in 2026, it's going to be the Durst Dice Roll being claimed. It's by Kyle Larson at the Davenport Speedway. 2nd will be Brent Marks. 3rd goes to Giovanni Scelzi. 4th, Rico Abreu, and 5th will be Brady Bacon. There he is, Kyle Larson. gets the win here tonight, and the Durst Dice Roll has been claimed for the first time in 2026. Larson, Marks, Selzy, Bacon, and Abreu the top 5. Brenham Crouch, best finish of the year in 6th. Aaron Reitzel 7th. Kerry Madsen 8th. Justin Peck 9th. And Dason Pursley in the top 10. Joel Myers Jr., Tyler Courtney, Chase Randall, Will Armitage, Hank Davis, Danny Sams, Ayrton Jennison, Cole Schroeder, Austin McCarl, and Cy Lynch, the top 20 finishers in tonight's A-Main. Kyle Larson going into the infield. He's headed towards the Longacre official scales. As long as he meets the minimum weight requirement of 1,425 pounds with the driver in the car, it will be his 3rd win of 2026 with Interstate Batteries High Level Racing to go along with wins at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Dirt Track and at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. It will also mark his 12th win in his career with High Level Racing. And I'm sure our Durst Dice Rolling fan is going bananas up in the grandstands right now. Larson gets up on the Longacre official scales. And we will check the weight and make sure that there are no issues there. Tech Director Kenny Canada right there with that fire suit on. Gets the iPad out. And we'll make sure everything is good as Larson gets his helmet off and prepares to head to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. It looks like they're going to back that car off the scales for a moment. And then we'll push him right back on. And we will await to see if and backing him off again. So a little bit of a hold up here at the scales. As it looks like maybe, there we go. It looks like maybe the iPad wasn't quite ready for Kenny once they got over there. And there he goes. Kyle Larson, it is official. He is headed to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Sports 57, he'll get the Hoosier Tire neckband. He will get the Interstate Batteries High Level Racing feature winner hat and the Sunoco Race Fuels checkered flag. Here is your winner tonight, Kyle Larson. And with the Kyle Busch bow, a great tribute to his friend who we lost just 2 weeks ago. Kyle climbs off the top. He's the winner of Roto-Rooter Midweek Series race number 4. Knuckles coming in from Paul Silva and Trevor Canales. They have done it once again, back in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane.
He's the winner of the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport, Iowa. He can hear you. How about it for Kyle Larson? Man, you were able to just barrel off down into turn 1 here to make a move on Aaron Reitzel very early in that race. You get the lead before, I think, lap 10, even in a drag race down the back straightaway. What was this race like as far as your ability to make moves when you thought you needed to?
Well, my car, I recognized was pretty good early on. I was able to kind of shoot the middle to get by Marks and Brady the first lap or two, and then kind of paced Aaron, and we had the caution. I was honestly surprised he chose the bottom for the grip that was there was up top at that point. I thought for sure he would choose the top. So yeah, I got to restart there and threw some stuff at him. But then we had that red, so went single file, I think. And then yeah, it was just getting slicker up there, and it was harder to launch. But I got a good 1 and 2 and kind of diamond through the middle and got a good run on him there, and just got battling again. So. Yeah, it was just a tough track just to run by yourself. It was crazy. This place is like so round, but you need to run kind of straight against the cushion, and it's a ledge and hard to see and slick underneath it. It was definitely technical, so a lot of fun there. So thanks to Paul and Trevor, HendrickCars.com, FloRacing, Glenn Sires, Durst, Roto-Rooter, Dennis Albaugh, Finley Farms, JBI Group, everybody that helps out. So. What an awesome crowd too. This is awesome to see here. Such a cool facility, and yeah, just pumped to win.
Now, I saw an interview over the offseason that said High Limit builds its whole identity around Kyle Larson, and that's confusing to me because we're almost 20 races into this year, and we've seen you 8 times. This is your 8th race with us here in 2026. It's your 3rd win. But since we don't see it as much as some people say we do, can you tell me how tough the competition is right now at High Limit, especially when we go to tracks, like you said, that are as unique and as kind of one-offs as these are?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. You look at how good Aaron is, especially right now, and Tanner's, he's kind of run into some issues here the last couple nights, or few nights now, but he's got a ton of speed. Rico's going to find his stride, so yeah, it's really hard for me, who doesn't run a lot, to come here, and it's hard even for Paul, to get your balance just right. These guys are racing every night, whether they're running with High Limit or a local show at Knoxville, somewhere in PA with the Outlaws. There's just tough competition everywhere that they're making their stuff better with, and we just get behind on that. So yeah, I get to race here a lot coming up. So hopefully we can get our car even better and more balanced and be ready for the big money races.
All right, I don't know if you know this, but the Durst dice roll was 3. You were the 3rd starter. You helped out that young fan over there, Sean's sons. You guys are going to split $5,000. I believe Chase said this was the first night of the year the Durst dice roll has been claimed, so that's got to make you feel pretty good to help out a fan leave here with some money. $1,500 goes to full-timers with the series, I believe, and if I'm wrong, I apologize to the angel donor. That's opened up to you, as well as Brad Sweet, as well as an additional $250 from David Barnes out of Columbia City, Indiana. With your win here tonight, thanks to the angel donor and David Barnes, where are you sending the money and which charity are you supporting?
This time I'm going to send it to Kyle and Samantha Bush's foundation, the Bundle of Joy. We all know how much the Bush family means to all of us, and we greatly miss Kyle. So we get to celebrate his life tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And yeah, I want to send that money to them.
That bow was a wonderful tribute. Kyle, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Kyle Larson, your winner of the Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport. Let's go back upstairs. Before we do that, let's make sure we get Kyle Larson his Chasm Safety Products win sticker. I've been forgetting to do that lately. Now let's go upstairs to Chase Rodman for tonight's contingencies.
All right, thank you, Tony. The Racer Dean Foundation Rookie of the Race is going to be Hank Davis in this one with a 15th place run. How about the Rod and Supply Hard Charger, a big hard charger tonight. Justin Peck, 21st to 9th, a plus 12 effort for him to grab that award. And then it's the Jace Golf Cart's fastest lap, and that was set by Aaron Reitzel on lap number 4. 12.330 seconds. Let's go back to Tony with our 2nd place finisher.
Brent Marks is our 2nd place finisher, and he just looked at me before you threw it back down, Chase, and said, this place was wicked tonight. That's what I wanted to ask you about. Lap 11, you go right through the middle. I believe it's Selzy down low and Aaron Reitzel up top. I don't even know if you remember the moment. I imagine you would have to. It was hair-raising. How racy was this place? How good did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty awesome. The cushion got pretty thick off of 4 up here, so the car would get really tight against it, and it had a lot of wheel put into it. So it was hard to get off of 4, but man, it was just a lot of fun. You can kind of slide all over the racetrack, and they did an awesome job on it. So my first race here, I think it was a majority of our first time here, so I was really excited about this place, and awesome crowd tonight. So pretty spectacular deal, and just really happy to get another 2nd place finish. Obviously, I want to be standing up there, with a win, but we're doing really well right now, and really thrilled with our car and this team. It's just a lot of fun to drive right now.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Back-to-back 2nd place finishes. You haven't had a run that good for quite a while with us here at Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. I know Brian put up a tweet at the start of the night on Saturday night at Butler in the interview. You said it felt like a win. I asked you also in that interview, hey, can this be where you guys turn your year around? You said it has to be where we turn our year around. Do you still feel like that's the case, although you're starting to show stronger results?
Yeah, definitely. This is what we need to be doing almost every night to dig ourselves out of the hole that we're in. So, so far so good. We have a lot of racing left this season, and a lot of other opportunities, but we're just going to take them as they come, and just really happy with Robert and Graham tonight and their hard work, and this thing was really good to drive all night long. So we're just a little free there in the feature. And when I get up against a cushion, I kind of slide into it and get a little tight. So if we can clean some things up a little bit, I think I could have, kind of kept pace with Kyle somewhat. I was at one point of the race, and then once we got a little bit heavier lap traffic, he kind of walked away with it. So we'll keep working on her, and just really, really, really proud of this team, like I said. So just want to thank McGrew Equipment Auction, K&L Utilities, Livewire Customs, Baps Paint, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, everybody that helps get this car up and down the road. I'm just very thankful for them.
Brent Marks, proud of his team's effort. No doubt his team proud of his drive here tonight as he goes second to second. And then it's Giovanni Scelzi riding the Dente from 5th to 3rd. All right, the bad news was back at Butler, your guys' impressive top 10 streak comes to an end. But maybe tonight you build a brand new streak of podium finishes. What do you say?
Yeah, that's what Eric said whenever we were at Butler. So great job to my guys. I thought we had a good night all night long. I felt good in the heat race. Like I said, the start was kind of key, getting out front. And yeah, it's cool to have the Chili's car back. We've run the same chassis all year long, and I feel like we've made small changes to kind of get it better. And at times it kind of felt like one step forward, two steps back, but I feel like the data we're collecting from nothing essentially, and going back in Eric's notes to kind of look at what he's done in the past with the guys he's been with has really been helping. So like I said, good job to my guys, Spire Motorsports, Gamebridge, Carmen Trucking. A lot of people in this car make it go.
What are we going to go get at Chili's before we have to race on Wednesday?
There's only one answer: triple dipper and a Presidente margarita.
Man, I love your consistency. That is Giovanni Scelzi. He was wildly consistent for the first 15 or 16, I think his first 15 races of the year. And he's back on the podium here tonight in front of a packed house in Davenport, Iowa. Chase, a lot of fun. You heard Kyle talk about how cool it was to race at a place that so many drivers and teams don't have a notebook built on. And then to do it in front of such a passionate fan base. This was a very good night of Roto-Rooter midweek racing. Get your Iowa Lottery cards, folks. You can't win if you don't play. And the good news is we're going to be teaming back up with Iowa Lottery in just over a week at Shelby County when we come back through Iowa. So great night of racing down here, Chase. I'm sure you enjoyed it from your vantage point as well.
Yeah, lots of great action from where I'm sitting at right here, Tony. Let's take a look at a race recap as to how this one unfolded, and it looked like it was going to be another win for Aaron Reitzel here tonight as he led the first couple laps of this one. Brent Marks was right there in second the entire way. Then he got passed for a moment by Larson, got bumped back to third, but this restart is where things really change. They go 3 wide for a moment. Larson skips into the race lead right there in turn 1. Then look at this move right here. Oh, we didn't see it. I'm telling you, it was pretty spectacular. We had a little bit of a stoppage here. Thorson and Polkerbeck got upside down. They were both okay. And then Larson doing Larson things here, gets a monster run down the backstretch, goes by Aaron Reitzel, and he would not look back after that. Now, Reitzel would start to have the backup beepers on here midway through this one. He would slip all the way back to the 7th finishing position, gets over the cushion there, allows the 77 of Scelzi and the 24 of Aber to go by. And Bacon plus Crouch would also take advantage of the Power Plus 87 having some issues here. And so Rico is going to make up ground on Aaron Reitzel here tonight when it comes to the overall standings with Interstate Batteries High Level Racing. And let's take a look at how much ground he'll actually make up. Rico ran 5th. Reitzel was 7th. 5th place in points pays 63. 7th is going to be 59. So Rico makes up 4 points. It'll be 7 points the difference between 1st and 2nd when we head to Red Cedar Speedway on Wednesday night in Menominee, Wisconsin. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming high limit schedule. I just talked about the next race, Red Cedar. That is going to be on FS1. Make sure you tell all your friends about that one. And then 4 nights in a row, Gondik Law Speedway, Superior, Wisconsin. I-94 Speedway in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. June 6th, Dakota Speedway in Mandan, North Dakota. Then we take 3 days off, head down to Eagle Raceway in Nebraska for the Eagle Nationals. And then on June 11th, we finish up this swing back here in Iowa. It is another Iowa Lottery event, Shelby County Speedway for the first time ever. Looking forward to getting there. Big Sky Speedway 2 weeks after that in Montana for the Race Your Dean Foundation event. And then we kick off the Kings Royal Week at Fremont with the High Stakes Showdown. It's the Joker's Jackpot and the Double Down Duels on July 15th and 16th. And then it's the Don Martin Memorial Silver Cup at Lernerville Speedway. That is just a couple of the races that are coming up here soon. If you would like to join us at any of those, and after a race like tonight, I'm not sure why you wouldn't, grab those tickets by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to highlimitracing.com. FloRacing.com, and we can have those tickets available for you there. And, well, like Tony said earlier, we hope to see you at every single high limit racing event. That's going to be tough if you have a job. Your boss might not like us too much if you're not showing up at work. But, hey, it's the love of the game, right? Here's what's coming up on FloRacing. It's Eldora Speedway FloRacing Night in America. That's going on Wednesday night. A little bit of the prelude to the Dirt Late Model Dream, which is on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the All-Star Circuit of Champions make their way through PA on June 5th at Williams Grove, and then also on June 6th at the Lincoln Speedway in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania. Well, according to my checklist, that is everything that needs to be talked about before this show is over, as you get a high above look here in Davenport, Iowa, after what was a majorly successful event here tonight. The Iowa Lottery Duel at Davenport was a home run, and I think after tonight, yeah, I don't make the schedule, you know, I'm not the guy that does that, but I would have to think this one has got to be back on the list. A great race. Tony Laporta was wearing a cone on his head, and for those two reasons alone, we need to be back here. I mean, look at that crowd as well. That's another reason. Add it to the list of why we need to be back here in Davenport, Iowa. Gage Bolkerbeck was showing us some fun wheelies. Tony Laporta thought he won a race. He didn't, but hey, he did win, being the best pit reporter here tonight at the racetrack. So for him, my name is Chase Rodman. We hope you guys had some fun. We know that fan did. He won the Durst Dice Roll. We'll do it all again on Wednesday night on FS1. See you there.